how we're doing this year.
Got it. No swearing for 30 seconds because we're live here on a Toy Kind of Mood.
It's 30 seconds.
Yo, what's good? Hey, neighbors. How neighbors? How you say it, Baldy? Say it for us.
Well, it's either hey neighbors or yo neighbors.
That's even better. First, it's a Toy Kind of Mood, episode 199. We are so close to a double decade episode. Yeah, 200 is coming next week. That should be a fun one. I'm wondering, guys, if we're gonna get like a GI Joe fan stream or something, right? I mean, we got like tonight we're talking about the final Marvel Legends fan stream of the year, and then the Transformers had a big week with Cybertron, Con, and all that kind of doing a thing. But I mean, could be a little GI Joe on the horizon. I mean, Star Wars had their like what is it like something of the galaxy or whatever the hell it's called. They started that Gift of the Galaxy or Galaxy of the Gifts.
Yeah, I saw
that whole thing going on. So I think, I mean, that leaves kind of an empty spot. Anyway, look, Travis Moody, your host here today. Bobby, your normal host when I'm not around, and then Baldy, your other host when Bobby's not around. So it's the three musketeers of hosting on a Toy Kind of Mood. How we doing, fellas? We doing good?
Yeah. Bobby, I'll let you take this one.
I'm doing good. I am here. I'm existing. I'm breathing. I'm good.
That's a good way to put it. I will say ditto to that.
And how do you feel, Bobby, about your usually you and I don't talk too much hoops because usually the Rockets are not always the greatest, but I'm looking right over here and they're in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup against the Golden State Warriors.
Dude, I will tell you what I told my parents. I'm happily and I'm shocked, but it's a positive shockedness. Your old coach from Boston has really just whipped this team into shape. I love what he's doing. Green and is it Algin are, we have a really good solid team and we're really good defensively, and we're number 3 in the West, number 2 overall in our division. Like, holy shiza.
Well, Baldy's team is the Sixers, so we'll just skip the NBA talk with him. Go Eagles, though. But look, moving on past sports ball before we lose everybody. We do got to give a shout out to Spec, who'll be joining us later. He just popped up a video this morning, and what's cool about it is he's a real Hollywood cameraman, and he knows, all the things about film. And he did like a 19-minute lighting demo with, lighting and photography and kind of direction between Street Fighter characters. And we'll also talk more about Jada toys, of course, like we always can. So shout out to Spec on that. We'll talk more about that with him later as he joins us for Transformers. And then also, guys, I had to give a special shout out to this game. It's freaking awesome. Who in the chat right now watching is playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle? And are you guys trying to play this? What are your thoughts on Indy? I'll go with you, Baldy.
I'm a huge Indy fan. Downloaded it. I started to download this afternoon. So just so I have it, I have a day off this weekend, and I plan to play. I'm hearing nothing but good things.
Dude, I think I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm 12 to 15 hours in. And
really,
and it's well, I had a slow week over. So I'm just kind of running errands and playing video games and stuff. But yeah, it's so fun. I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do some reviews. I was like, nah, I'm playing this game. I'm treating myself. It's awesome. And it's especially great when it's free. Game Pass, man.
Yeah, I did the same thing. So does it feel like an entry into the series? Because when you get the right writers involved, I've read some neat comic book stories that feel like they belong.
Mm-hmm.
Does this feel like it?
It could be, but it jumps into the trilogy as well. So I think it's one of those things where they obviously heavily invested in this game, and if it does great, then there could be a more, and there should be. And the great thing is, yeah, it's on PlayStation, but you got to wait a long time and pay $70 for it, right, Bobby?
Yep. I don't know, I think it comes out in March. So I gotta wait. I gotta wait. It's okay.
Yep.
When it comes out, I will snag it and I will play it happily on my PS5, where I will have to download.
Yeah.
I have to get a new external hard drive. Damn it.
Well, I will say it is worth, even though we're playing on Game Pass and with our subscriptions, it is worth $70 alone. Let's
Okay.
say hi to some folks in the Chizat. Gun Bunny Customs first. Wow, I like it. Good evening to you. Yes, thank you. That's what we try to do. And why are we talking about Indiana Jones? Because why not? Indiana Jones, there was toys and stuff. And it's part of Lucasfilm, so always will. Time to announce Super Trooper. I think he's referring to Riot Press, maybe. So I'll bring that on.
Yeah,
Cool.
what you talking
Dave
about?
Ross. Hello, all. Sabir, what's happening, man? Thank you so much. Always commenting on the reviews. That makes me feel good, even if it's just you. I hear you need a
really
new
good. I will
Yeah,
say that he's very supportive.
Yeah, he's awesome. And it's like sometimes it's like a book, and I'm like, all right, let me go to the bathroom and read this. Yeah, I play on PC, and the required seems a bit high for what it is. Gotcha. All right. I don't know who this person is, but hello, baby. Kojina in the house. Now I was making a Joe joke, Moody. I just want to say my brother's son is now a member of the 101st 101st Screaming Eagles.
That's
Terrific.
awesome.
Congratulations.
Oh,
All right, cool. All right, let's bring on our guest, man. Episode 99. Like, we're gonna cover the toy news like we always do, and the final Hasbro Marvel Legends fan stream. But first we have a special guest, so let's bring him right on. PTP in the house. Patrick, what up?
What's up, guys? Special guest, huh?
Very special.
Well,
yeah.
it depends on how you define special.
Yeah. Short bus special.
How's it going, man? What's happening?
Just chilling. Just got done with some dinner. Worked all day, drew all day. Gonna be talking some toys, which I'm very excited about. And then I'm gonna go back to drawing when I'm done.
Drawing, toys, comics, we love it all. I know Bobby likes that in particular, and we'll get into the comics thing. But for those who may not know, tell us what Riot Press is, and how is Riot Press just you? Is it a whole company? Like, tell us what the company is, and then what you're working on, just like briefly. We're gonna go over like the major stuff in depth, but just like a quick, 30
Well,
seconds.
I mean, like Riot Press is mainly me, but I've hired other illustrators and designers to work with me as well. But it's mainly started off as a comic book company. We do children's books and we also do toys. I started the company I came up with the idea for the company when I was going to the Cubert school, like 2001, 2002. But I didn't really flesh it out until during the pandemic. I was a college instructor for like 13 years. And, during the pandemic, I didn't like teaching online. So I went full on with Riot Press, made up my own IPs, my own characters, started doing comics. Comics did well. What's up, man? And then,
saying what's up.
and then I started making toys, and then here we are.
Would you say that the pandemic kind of helped push your creative flow?
Like the pandemic actually did help with the comic side of stuff because comic book stores were closed. So it was I don't want to say easy, but it was easier to get people's attention that wanted comic books because you could deliver them straight to their house, So we started off small with crowdfunding on Indiegogo. We started off small, and I think like our first campaign was like $7,000. And then the last campaign that we had was like over $100,000. So it, like we worked our way up there. But the pandemic did help because we were able to get people comic books delivered right to their house.
That's awesome. I
Great.
painted my basement during the pandemic. You made a comic book company.
That's what's up. No, Bobby, I'll let you ask him a question because I mean, Bobby, first just tell him what you do for a living too, and your connection to comics.
So it's funny. You said you were a professor. I taught politics for 6 years after getting my master's. But I'm actually an editor for coverprice.com, which is basically a new online wizard.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so we do like comic book pricing and stuff like that. So actually, I'll probably talk to you after this about your Kickstarter, because we actually every month we do new kickstarting. We put out different Kickstarter articles. So we try and bring as much attention as we can to different kickstarting or crowdfunding comic books to get them some, get them some love. Yeah.
Yeah, word.
Because we started in January the crowdfunding article, and one of the first comic books we covered was Mark Spears' Monsters, which, if anyone follows comic books, that book is just absolutely on fire right now. So yeah,
sounds good to me.
Awesome. Would love to. Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. So Patrick, I just wanted to talk about how we met. We met at Joe Fest, right? So our first Joe Fest as a team, individually as well, I believe, for Tony and even Punk with Toys. Shout out to him and Baldy. We got to hang out with you because you're next to Ramen Toy, and then we obviously were already infatuated with American Ninja X and wanted to check it out in person and got to see cool images and chop it up with you, and we hit it off right away. So this was something coming. So speaking of conventions or events, you have a Toys for Tots coming up with Super 7, right? You want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah. So this is an art show that we're doing this weekend at the Sarasota Toy Museum in Sarasota. Riot Press is sponsoring it. Super 7 is sponsoring it. And we're going to have a big bin for Toys for Tots there as well. But I mean, it's a great museum. And it's also has a store in it as well. But, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, I recommend coming out. Not just for the great art, but there's going to be some beers, and there's going to be some artwork, and then I mean they have like some amazing stuff there, like classic like ray guns from like the 50s and stuff like that. Like super old school Japanese robots from the 60s. They have if Kato was here, I would tell him, they have a Western toys section, which I know he's always talking about Western toys. But no, it should be a great time.
That's what's up. Yeah, if I was not a million miles away, I'd go. If it was near Florida or this was in Cali. It sounds like right up our alley, right, Baldy?
I mean, he had me at art, he had me at toys, he definitely had me at beer, and then of course food. So is the beer local?
I think we just might be doing tall boy PBRs.
I love a good PBR, man.
Yeah. I think we're just going to be, or maybe possibly the champagne of beers. Maybe some Miller High Life tall boys.
Okay. I'd go with PBR first, but yeah, I mean Miller's good too.
Yeah, like we were usually when we do our shows, we use this place called Big Top, which is a local brewery. I've just been so busy. I haven't been able to reach out to them, so I was like, F it. I was like, we'll just pay for the beers, and just next time we'll get a keg. High Life, that's right. Hell yeah.
That's what's up. All right, let's talk about American Ninja X, right? So obviously campaign ended yesterday, but just before we talk about the campaign and the future of it, and this 2.0 and everything, just talk about, maybe give us a run like what your main inspiration was. We've covered it on the show a few times because obviously these figures appeal to us and our fan base. I mean, it's Marvel Legends meets G.I. Joe Classified and
That's
plus
it.
other, and yeah, there's other instances too you could also mention. But yeah, I mean, just talk to us about it, man. Talk to us about American Ninja X.
So American Ninja X is the gentleman on the left. He is a side character in a comic book that I've been working on for the past 5 or 6 years. During the pandemic, I started it, called Johnny Phantasm. But American Ninja X is a character in that comic. And I just finished the 10th issue of the comic. And now we're done, and we're going to be having a collected edition come out soon. But I wanted to make a 6-inch figure, and my knee-jerk reaction would be to make a Johnny Phantasm figure, which is awesome. Johnny Phantasm is the character on that Super 7 Toys for Tots flyer, by the way. So I mean, I like, my first thoughts when I was going to make a 6-inch figure was to make him, but I kind of wanted to make something. Again, like, my plan was, if I was only going to make one figure, what would it be? And I wanted to do something along the lines of Snake Eyes, Captain America, a little bit of Daredevil inspiration, a little bit of Spider-Man action, a little bit of Cobra Commander action going on in there. So it's like, I really wanted to do something like G.I. Joe style, Marvel Legends style, and something that you could put on a shelf with all those lines. So it wasn't like I was starting up a line, It's like, it wasn't like, here's one figure, we're gonna make 20 more. It was like, here's one figure, and you could put this with anything, So we started doing our tests and stuff like that, and then that second character that was there along with them, the U.S. Assassin. We fleshed him out, and that's also an interesting story because U.S. Assassin actually predates American Ninja. He's created by a buddy of mine, Mark Bolton, and Michael McMahon. There are a couple of comic book creators, and they had U.S. Assassin, and I checked with them to make sure that I wasn't hitting too close to what they were doing visually. And they were like, no, it's fine. It looks good. And I got talking to them, and, I was like, why don't we combine forces and do a comic book together and do a toy together, share some parts, share some weapons, and just do like a cool crossover at the same time. Because, I mean, this is my first time jumping into the 6-inch arena. And I needed some backup. I don't want to go in there alone.
Right.
So I got them to run along with me. There we go with the what is his name? Michael Dudikoff head. Yeah. So they jumped on board, and then we were just off to the races. I got in touch with Luke Wakeford, who's a sculptor. He's done a lot of stuff for the MCU. He's done a lot of stuff for Ramen, and then I reached out to Ace over there at Ramen Toy. I was like, can you be the toy manager on this? He was a toy manager on a project that we did that was successful, called the Last of the Seekers. It was kind of like a Diaclone Robotech type deal. And Ace is a good dude. Like, I love Ace. That's why he and I do a lot of shows together, because we just get along very well. So he
let's just give a shout out to Ace. Yeah, we've had him on the show before. He hooked us up early with a Red Raider for that Tony reviewed. Tony will be checking in. Tony's working right now. You know, you met Tony, and obviously
Yeah,
he
yeah.
really wants to review the American Ninja X figure, and I think he deserves to if given the chance. But I'll let him speak to you on that if he's able to appear with us later on. But yeah, I just wanted to stop you there. Sorry to cut you off, but just give Ramen Ace definitely the major shout out because he kind of connected everything. You know,
Yeah.
meeting up with him at Joe Fest. I also did a panel with him with Mega J Retro as well. So yeah, he's been key for us this year with the connections with Ramen Toy. So and the Last of the Seeker, or is it Last of the Seekers? Am I saying this
Yeah.
right? We'll definitely we'll cover that part with the Titanium Titans. We'll cover that part later on with
Word.
Smec because it's more mech stuff, and that's in his alley. What do we got here? Hold on.
No, I got Baldy Stop Molesting Nemesis Enforcer. It's Falcon. You guys know I fidget behind the scenes, so I'm sitting here
Sure.
fidgeting.
Put your
what we
hands
do
where we
here.
can see them.
That's what we do here. But I'm just gonna shift to Bobby real quick because, man, when I think of these figures, man, I think of you because you're a major Captain America fan, like probably
Yeah.
the biggest at a Toy Kind of Mood,
Yeah.
and then also a major Snake Eyes fan. This is like a dream figure for you in a way, huh?
Yeah, it really is. There was another figure that it's giving me like reminding me, and I can't place it right now, which is kind of annoying me. The mask that he got, it's a Snake Eyes, but there's another figure that had that same kind of look. Yeah, but the Captain America. I mean, look, if you gave me a Captain America Snake Eyes figure, mashed him, that's kind of my dream come true right there. Like the color scheme is fantastic. I love that lightsaber-esque look of it, like that red blade. Yeah,
That's a nod to Storm Shadow version 2.
V2, yep. I was about to say that. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, yeah,
This has
Yeah, I mean everything is
Yeah.
super strategic as far as what's happening, you know? Again, in my mind, if I had if I had one figure, this was gonna be him, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. And look, you know, you have one shot. I mean, go for gusto, and I think you nailed it here. I love the color scheme. I think everything about it looks toyetic. I think is a good way to put it. Like it's everything about it looks just playable. Throw it in every line you want, whether it is Marvel or G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I'm trying to think of any other lines that I could definitely throw them in. But yeah,
Well, I do
mean,
want to jump in here. I want to jump in real quick, Bobby, because of something Baldy and I were talking about on like a little pre-show chat was, were these are prototypes, right? Like that you showed on the Kickstarter, or the like finished figures?
Yeah, no, these are prototypes.
Okay, because if I had one critique, and that's what we give things scores. We're honest with our friends. We don't just, you know, we're here to help, right? So I would say a figure like this, I think about like would appeal to like the big time YouTube guys that like to pose figures a lot, like you know, The Amazing and Unparalleled Universe. They're always like posing is the most important thing to them. They don't even care what it looks like. It could be Gumby, right? But as long as they can pose it like a ninja, and this is a Ninja Warrior, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's kind of stiff posing, but we know it has articulation, great articulation. So is it because of it was a prototype, or like that was the only critique? I want to see it more in action poses. That's the only thing.
I mean, I mean, if you've ever messed around with a prototype, it's super delicate, you know? So I mean, but although, I mean, even though it is a prototype, like you can get some juice out of it. You know, like Toy Galaxy Dan just had it, and he did a little photo shoot of it, and you know he loved it. Now the dude that does Chuck, who does all the photographs for BBTS, he's got it right now, and he's doing a photo shoot with it, and he's loving it. Like, I mean, because I mean he's being gentle with it, but he's really pushing it as far as what we can do with you know, as far as its posability in prototype form. But you know, I thought you were gonna say make it pinless. because it is pinless. That's kind of
Yeah.
When I said it over the Ace was like, he was like, how do we put this thing together? He's like, we're missing some files. And I'm like, no, dude, it's pinless.
He must have loved you for that.
Got you. Well, question on that is, you said Dan from Toy Galaxy or Secret Galaxy, and they have these, but have they posted the photography on their socials yet? Or
Yeah. Dan's
okay.
put it up on his Facebook and his Instagram and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So we'll have to. Okay. So yeah, go check out Secret Galaxy, Toy Galaxy for images. I may have missed it, like anything these days. So we'll have to check that out. That way we could include it. Maybe I'll try to find that later on while we're talking about something else. Pull those images up. Yeah, because we want to see this in that. We want to see these in action.
Yeah.
You know, so we just blame Ace for this then? Is that what you're saying?
What's that?
No, we're just blaming Ace for missing all the files, all the posing.
No. It was just an interesting conversation because, you know, pinless is, I mean, kind of new, you know, and like I was mentioning before the show, you know, the dude who did all the articulation, his name is Shulong Tan. You know, he works for Hasbro, so you know he's on top of the game because he's got to be, you know. So all that new pinless stuff that's been coming out, like my figures can go toe to toe with all of them.
Awesome.
You know, it's really fun. I just want to weigh in on this. The kind of design here. It feels like, do you guys remember in the late 90s when we started to get like the real crossovers in the comic books like DC, Marvel, the Amalgam
the amalgamation universe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the Wolverine Batman.
Yeah. So this feels like, not that was a direct inspiration at all, but you talked about elements of like Captain America, Storm Shadow. This feels like it fits in the 80s and the 90s, and it kind of gives like a fun nod. It almost feels like you just retconned my childhood and you updated something that was there.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like the mission statement with Riot Press. We do this thing that I call neo nostalgia, where it's like it's new, but it has like an old kind of feel. You know, I was definitely going for like Ninja Force type of vibes with this. You know, Snake Eyes version 3 is my favorite. Storm Shadow version 2 is my favorite. So it's like, you know, I was going for that type of feel, you know, with this guy. And then of course, you know, the Winter Soldier, Captain America, I love all that stuff as well. So, you know, again, just if I had one chance to make a figure, you know, this was going to be him.
Yeah.
I like that.
And the good news is you have another shot because you're going to do American Ninja 2.0.
2.0.
Right? So talk about what you can with 2.0.
Well, so as I mentioned, I'm kind of new to the 6-inch world. And I mean, like meeting like guys like yourself, you know, it's like you know, I just met you guys, you know, I could have, if I would have met you guys sooner, it maybe we would have made the goal. But I need to meet some more people in this 6-inch world, so I can talk about it, because I really think that's why we didn't meet the goals, because not enough people saw it, because everyone that sees it loves it. You know, I haven't seen one person that have seen, well, I mean, at least unless they're just biting their tongue, but you know, everyone that sees it is like, dude, this is awesome. And everything you guys are saying, you know, I've heard, you know, it's very throwback feeling, it's very retro feeling, but at the same time, it feels new. The Dudikoff. If you say so. I mean, if you think it looks like him, then but so
what about POA?
I think what was it, like 35? I don't know. It's up there. It's got a lot.
35 is a lot.
Yeah,
that's
I mean, like
WWE
the only
Ultimate.
thing it doesn't have going for it is butterfly joints. And that was again like Shulong, he did the Snake Eyes 00. So when I approached him about it, he was like, "What do you want with this?" And I was like, "Well, do the whole pinless thing." But it for me, I don't go crazy for butterfly joints. I know a lot of people do, but it's like I'm a big fan of Mythic Legions, and they don't have butterfly joints, and the world still turns. So some people they got to have all the flexibility that they can, but for me, I was fine.
Yeah.
But so for 2.0, our main strategy is to get more eyeballs on it, and also sending out the figures to gentlemen like yourself, because I want you guys to kind of to handle these guys, to mess with them. That's why I sent it to Dan, and I sent it. It's going to Kato soon as well, but I'm sending it to everybody because I want everyone to kind of mess around with these. But we're also going to be putting in a army builder, because there are like these, if you saw on the ground of that comic book cover, there's these like kind of like cyborg ninja guys. We're gonna go ahead and make those as well. So we're gonna have an army builder in 2.0 coming in different colors. So we think that will help as well. But I think the main point of the game will be just getting more people to know about it. Just getting out there and just getting in front of people and go look at this thing. And people, like I said, people have been stoked when they see it.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I mean, it's everything what we just talked about. It evokes those feelings, and it looks like a lot of fun. And you're right. I think that I could put these right on the shelf with any of my G.I. Joes, any of my, Marvel Legends, Action Force, anything that it'll sit right in there and feel at home.
Mhm.
That's the plan.
Yeah. And then what's up with these? I have to ask about Night Ops, Arctic Ops. Is this the same thing as these two?
No. So
No, these are
so
different?
yeah. So the Night Ops is basically we were trying to get the most mileage out of the sculpts and why the machines are on, But what I wanted to do was I wanted to do the exact same thing that they did with the first Snake Eyes, where they just didn't paint them, So so I was like, Ace, I want to have a Night Ops and just all black, no value at all, just all black, straight up like old school Snake Eyes. And then talking to the US Assassin guys, they're like, well, let's do the same thing. Let's do an all white. So I mean, there are some values here in these. I mean, these are just versions, just so you can kind of see what we're talking about. But that Arctic guy would be all white, no value. Same thing with the Night Ops. He'd be all black, no value.
Right.
And then the silhouetted figures, those were going to be some special variants that we were going to have available at Joe Fest. So if you backed it, you saw it in the campaign, because when we were getting close to the end, I sent out some pictures to people who backed it. If you didn't back it, then you got to wait and see what it is.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice.
I like that. Members only. Bobby, you got anything else before I go on the next subject?
No, just it looks amazing. That Night Ops is absolutely fantastic, and I love the homage to Snake Eyes 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
Just the all black. Love it. Also,
Sure.
before I'm moving to
the
the Arctic Ops might actually be better for me, because where I'm moving to, we're gonna get snow, so I'm gonna lose outside.
So,
There you go.
Patrick, when you say no values for the guys that aren't artists,
No grays.
no grays at all.
Yeah,
Because
just
I
black and
actually like
white.
the gray.
So the dude on the left would just be all black, and the dude on the right would just be all white. The reason why we, put them like this is just because they'd be kind of hard to see, like on a screen, like without having to make them, yeah, we actually like we were kind of trying to beat the clock with this because like we wanted to have this done and funded and to our backers by June, and we were trying to get this done before Joe Fest. So it was kind of like beat the clock. So a lot of stuff went up, and again, like we might not have been ready to put it up on Kickstarter, but we had to get it done. No, Ramen is good because Ramen's really fast. Like Ramen can actually get stuff out in a timely fashion.
Mhm.
So we were like, if we can get this funded and done before the Chinese New Year, we can definitely have these by June. So it was like it kind of went up a little bit prematurely, which I think hurt us a little bit as well. Like we put up the campaign before I even had the prototypes in my hand. So again, 2.0, like we're gonna have all our ducks in a row. And I think it's gonna be a lot more successful.
Yeah. No, and I just looking at the chat, people are, even if they don't know what it is, they're very interested in it. So I think it's more awareness. I think you nailed it, and I hope we can help with that. And we'd love to definitely review products in there. Do you think, was there anything you learned from the campaign, or do you think there was other factors besides awareness? Like, I mean, the economy isn't great right now.
No, well, I mean, the economy is a huge problem right now. It's like skating uphill, It's like
Mhm.
I have friends who couldn't back it, It's like usually you can count on your bros, but I mean, I had friends that were just like, I just can't afford it, right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it wasn't like super expensive, It's just like things are just tight, So we're planning for there's a sign up going up very soon on Kickstarter again. I'm waiting for the process of them approving the campaign, which takes longer than I expected, but there's going to be a new sign up soon. Yeah, what's up, Tony? And I think we're going to be going live with it around March or April. So, tax season, I think people will be looking a little bit better.
It's funny, Patrick. I don't mean to cut you off, but I was thinking about timing. It's the timing. It's right after the election. It's right around the holidays where it ended. But if you timed it somewhere around tax season when people are getting their refunds,
Yeah.
then
Well,
people are
again,
a little more willing to put money out.
no, absolutely.
And the sun is out, the spring is the springtime. Like, people are more optimistic. They're not dreading like the bills and holidays. I mean, just in my business alone, it pretty much shuts down. I'm in film, and they can expect this later. It shuts down. Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting lots of messages to work every day, but nothing confirming any work. There's lots of people in this city and very few jobs in our industry right now. So it's right now is a tough time. But then, talk to me in April and May, and I'm too busy to even talk. So it's timing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And people want to support people like you. You know what I mean? They want to support the smaller companies. That's like when I mentioned earlier about your Toys for Tots. Were you asking anybody for local beers? Because people love that. So when they hear it's a US based company trying to promote something that kind of evokes everything that we like, people want to support that. So I think you're going to get there with 2.0. You learned and you move on.
Yeah, I mean, there's no shame in a practice swing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned a lot, and then also some of the things that we're also focusing on is getting a better price point as well. Because right now I think we had it at $48, and it's like being an indie company, it's like we're doing small runs, obviously,
Right.
but that's something that we're going to be trying to work on is getting a better price point as well. But about the timing, again, we were trying to have this done in people's hands by Joe Fest, so it's like that's why it was like we have to go right now if we want to have it done for Joe Fest. So that was our initial plan.
Well,
Now
I can
I see what you're
jump
saying.
in right. I'll
Go for
jump in here because when we were just at Joe Fest, there was an exclusive there from Fresh Monkey Fiction, Operation Monster Force, and mute your phone. Thanks. No. So look, no, Fresh Monkey Fiction, Operation Monster Force had exclusives because they weren't done. So they had those translucent clear exclusives.
Yeah, I got one.
Right. Maybe the Arctic and the Night Ops could be Joe Fest exclusives like you had intended for the other ones, but those are like ones where you don't need the extra steps made. That's just a suggestion. I don't know anything about business.
No.
Sculpting and timing. I'm just throwing it out there.
I like the way that
Could
you're
be a cool
thinking.
prelude.
I like the way that you're thinking. I mean, like we're looking to get something, whether it be the comic book done, there's things that we're looking to have. So it's like we're gonna have something American Ninja at Joe Fest. Something will be there, American Ninja. Like you talked about Last of the Seekers. I mean, like we've already started a second wave of Last of the Seekers, so we're gonna have new robots at Joe Fest and BotCon and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out. We'll have something.
Awesome. All right. Well, we know one company that has a lot of something, and that's Hasbro. And this past week, it was the Marvel Legends fan stream, maybe the final fan stream of the year, where fingers crossed for a G.I. Joe Classified, at least like a Lenny and Tony, maybe Emily video for 5 minutes, just saying thanking us and giving us one reveal. Like we'd be okay with that. Give us some name onlys or something. But otherwise, we got Marvel Legends here. But before we get into specifics of it all, did you guys all watch the fan stream? I'll start with you, Baldy, because you seem like the busiest person on earth sometimes.
I was pretty busy. I watched maybe about 45 seconds of it. And I tried watching it bits and pieces here. I wanted to find out more about that Spider Boy. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
I thought that character was kind of cool. But no, I did not get to watch the whole thing.
Cool. Bobby, you did.
I watched most of it. Yeah, I watched some of it at the gym, actually. I watched their draft, which I agree with a good amount of it. It's an amazing wave. It is an amazing wave, and I get why the Build-A-Figure's name was changed in the books, but yeah, that I was kind of hoping that Genocide would be more the Joe Mad style than what we got, but it still looks fantastic.
We'll definitely get into the specifics of the figures. Patrick, I know this was maybe last minute for you to know that you were also going to hang out and talk Marvel Legends, but I'll ask, like, obviously there's some Marvel Legends inspiration in American Ninja X, but what's your collecting with Marvel Legends? Are you staying up on it? Are you a longtime collector?
I've got a bunch. I mean, I would say I probably have maybe like 100 or so.
It's quite a lot. It's probably what I have, something like that. Maybe
number.
more. Maybe more, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good, release. I mean, there was some. I wasn't stoked about the Wolverine. There was a couple of them that I wasn't very excited for. I like the Gambit. Now, this guy Genocide, is that a Holocaust?
Yes.
Okay, I'm like, this looks like Holocaust. but they're
Yeah,
calling him genocide. I guess they changed his name
Yeah.
because the Holocaust offended
Yeah.
someone.
right.
Is
Just
that what
like
happened?
Adam says. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Well,
Okay.
it's not that. It's that Target is not going to put Holocaust in the toy aisle.
No, Lord.
That too. But look, we'll get into specific characters as we'll go through it. I'm just glad everybody at least is aware of it. It was 110 minutes long, so I don't blame you guys if you missed any of it or whatever. But Bobby, I'll ask, you've been a longtime fan, you've interviewed some of these guys, and
Yeah.
you love. It's nice to have Ryan, Dwight, and Dan back together again, and they did their draft. What'd you think of the overall feel and vibe of the show?
So once again, I mean, look, outside of GI Joe, Hasbro, the three guys together, it's always fun to watch them together. There's a genuine, like, you can tell they genuinely like each other. They're genuine friends. My one complaint
Unlike
is
us.
exactly, but the audio was crap. I thought
Ryan sounded like a robot, like auto tune,
Yeah.
like Snoop Dogg or something.
Oh yeah,
mean-
I thought that was just my situation over
Mhm.
here. I was wondering about that.
no, like their audio was off. Like I was like, and I even commented in the chat like, hey, is it just my headphones? I had my headphones in, working out. Like, am I not hearing this right? And what's up, Brian? And Spec was like, no, they have just crap audio. I'll do a quick shout out to Dan though, because I did give him shit after the Juan Soto signing with the Mets, because Dan's a big Mets fan. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, what the shit? And he's like, it's not my money, man. I'll take it. I'm like, I know you will. Give him a little shit for that. But look,
he almost got a American Ninja X 2.0 money on that deal. Let me tell you, that's the kind of money that Patrick's going to be rolling in next year.
right? Hopefully. But I mean, I thought the picture great. I initially said Dan. I think I went with Ryan because that SNL 2-pack was great. But going back, it's hard because Dan had Ghost Rider and the Daredevil 2-pack. Dwight had that Wolverine, the Phoenix, and the She-Hulk. Ryan had Warbird, which I still can't find. Death had,
Yeah.
and the Sentinels were fantastic. Like, oh man, they really came out with some great freaking picks.
It was a great year for Marvel Legends. I know people got pissed at me halfway through the year when I was like, are they having a better year than Classified? And then Classified ended it with the Dragonfly, and I was like, probably not. But Baldy, if you were to just take a look at this chart, and then when you're done, Patrick can take it. Who did you think of the three had the best? I'll just say I'm going with Dwight, but you go ahead, Baldy, and then Patrick on that.
So, there's some really good picks on here. I'm not sure why Jean Grey isn't on everybody's list. That is one of the best figures. The base, the whole setup. She's one of my top picks for the year. So, I like the Sentinels. They did a nice job. I like Cosmic Spidey from Secret Wars, but there's not really bad picks here, but I'm surprised they didn't repeat each other's stuff.
They can't. Once you pick a figure, it's off the board. It's like fantasy football.
Okay, so that's what it was.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So they when they were doing, they had to keep track of what was getting picked, and they're like, "Oh, you can tell that some of them are like, oh, okay, let me find someone else." I'll shoot to Patrick in a second because I still haven't opened up my Phoenix yet, but that Ghost Rider, as of right now, is my top deluxe because that Ghost Rider is absolutely killer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Patrick,
Patrick,
your turn.
I really like the Wolverine. I got him right here. I like the texture of this guy. Like the suit feels great. I mean, I like it with the mask on. But like him and this guy, they just look great together. And I don't know, like I didn't think I was gonna like these, and then I picked up the Deadpool and he was great. And I was like, well, I gotta get Logan. And then when I got Wolverine, I mean, he's just been chilling on my desk because I love his suit. I love the texture on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm also a fan of the Daredevil 2-pack too.
Why do you think we didn't get a sleeveless Wolverine?
Because he's not jacked anymore. Because
He
he's
was
like
pretty ripped in the
60.
movie. He was pretty shredded in the movie,
He's
though.
shredded in the
I thought
movie.
I
Well,
just
wasn't he
rewatched it like
sleeveless in
2
the
days
movie?
ago. What's up?
He was sleeveless in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So why was the
They have to
figure?
get-
Why
they have-
was the
Oh,
figure?
that's what you're saying. The figure
Yeah.
doesn't have. Okay, it's
Yeah.
not.
Oh
actually-
yeah. I don't know.
They have to give. That's because they're waiting to give you another version of that Wolverine that's sleeveless.
Let me see. I was seeing if they were just using the same biceps or something. No, they're different.
No, because I will say that I pretty much am pretty good at getting some figures. I have Deadpool.
Mhm.
That's the only Wolverine that I didn't pick up this year. I didn't.
You know,
get it.
that's interesting. I didn't even notice it. I
It's
like
crazy.
it though.
I actually forgot. I hadn't even opened mine yet. The movie one.
I haven't seen him. A buddy of mine works at GameStop, and he's like, they're still haven't come in yet. They're still waiting for them here.
Oh,
Wow.
so they're still waiting arrivals.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Patrick, where'd you get yours? Where did you get it?
I got
Scalper.
it at Target, I believe, and they had a bunch of them.
Wow.
I live in a pretty magical place in Florida where I can get stuff very easily.
Wow, that's nice.
Wow.
I got like 3 Targets that are all like 15 minutes from my house.
Damn.
There's like 4 or 5 Walmarts. I got 2 GameStops all within like 20 minutes of my house.
I have all that within 5 minutes of my house, but the scalpers line up like it's Funko Pops at their height.
See, like
They're up there at 7 a.m.
there's none of that stuff going on in my hood.
Yep.
I think
Well,
it's
that's
distribution.
so-
I don't think it's
Yeah.
scalpers. I mean,
No,
like,
dude, every time I go to the toy aisle in the morning, there's always those guys that run to the Hot Wheels, but when they're done, they clean off the pegs of the toys too.
oh really?
They don't know what toys, they don't follow toys, but they just go, oh, that's new. And then they just return it if they can't sell it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Anyway, speaking of Target, exclusive Professor X, Bobby, talk to us about the Savage Land. Actually, let's do Holiday Smash or Pass. Go for it. Smash or pass, Savage Land, Pro Fassa X.
I'll smash on this one. I love the classic line. I love that old school packaging. I love the fact that they went with this. Like, I didn't get Kazar because I was like, they're not going to do anything more with the Savage Land. And like, oh, here's Savage and Xavier. Like, oh, of course.
The old 3-pack. Yeah.
If they do that in a 3-pack, I'm like, fuck you. No.
Well, it was. Yeah.
But
I think everyone's just waiting for that Rogue Savage Land.
Yeah. Could you imagine? You know, if they did a Pulse exclusive of like a true Rogue Jim Lee, you know, the Jim Lee cover Savage Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they did a true version of that, that would be fantastic.
That's what I thought when they were breaking this thing out. I saw the green. I thought it was gonna be her.
yeah.
No, it's just a sexy bald man.
Exactly. He looks fantastic though. He looks absolutely fantastic.
All right, bald man, smash or pass? Do you smash your fellow bald friend here?
I would smash that in a heartbeat, baby. I like it's a total reuse of the Hank Pym from the West Coast Avengers multi-pack.
it is.
Yeah, the only thing different is they changed the forearms up so that it's rolled up sleeves. I see a lot of G.I. Joe customizers using this.
Retro Viper sleeveless. Yeah.
Yeah. But I like it. I'd like it if it had an exclusive fixture. I'm sorry, making myself laugh. An exclusive feature where the legs just kind of go limp. But
that was the feature for the Toy Biz X-Men movie, Xavier.
Yes, I saw that.
I had him for the long time. I flipped him a few years back, but yeah, you would like you would take him, his legs would just like dangle. And I showed my dad that. My dad was like, "That's horrible." I'm like, "Well, he can't."
Crazy legs.
That's awesome. Yeah. Patrick, you're all in on this guy? You're gonna pick him up, or what about this other Savage Lane? Do you have Kazar and
No, I don't. This is a pass. I mean, I appreciate it, but you know, it's when you start to run out of room, it gets to be like a slippery slope, and it's like I got to pick my battles now. You know, my wife's pregnant. I got a child on the way.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
awesome? That's fantastic.
And so it's like I can't get everything, you know, and it's like I mean, it's one of those things that these look great together, and it's like if they come out another one, then I have to get that other one, you know. So it's just for me. Again, like I appreciate it. I think it's awesome, but I'll pass.
Yeah, you know what? It could be one of those things where we hate when Star Wars does it, but if they just come out with a 3-pack, then you don't have to buy the whole Build-A-Figure wave. I don't think I have any figures from that wave. I think it wasn't it Power Princess. I think I have just her. Right. She was in that wave. I think it's the only figure I have in that wave. So instead of spending $150, I think I'm saying the Sabertooth wave there.
Zabu wave. It
was Zabu wave was Power Princess. No, am I getting that wrong?
It was Cable.
No. Oh wait, I know who she was with. Who's the one with the big monster giant
Blackheart.
Translucent
Black.
Nope. The one before it. Someone help me in the chat.
Void.
The Void. That's exactly it. The massive Void. Yeah, you're right. But I don't have any figures in this wave. So I'm actually hoping for a 3-pack in the future, like a year from now, like Black Series does with all their figures. So pass on that. So two smash, 2 pass. All right, another exclusive, but it's Walmart, so none of us will have it except Patrick. He says he has a gold mine of Walmart.
Oh yeah, I'll see. These things will be on clearance.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna say you're gonna clearance wait for this. Are you really into the old school 77 Spider-Man or what?
Are you talking to me?
Oh yeah, I'm talking to you.
I am, just because I'm old and I remember watching the show. I'm not sure if I'm into the figure because I already got like 5 Spider-Mans, you know.
Just 5.
Yeah, I mean maybe more. I gotta look around, but
at this point we've all got like 5 to 10. It's just nuts.
Just throw a couple more roadblocks in there and let's just call it a day.
Bring on Lou for right now.
Oh, that's actually, dude, that would be pretty sweet. Why have
all the TV characters? It'd be like
why have they not done that?
Copyright, likeness, all that. Deal. They have to make a deal with.
I'm sure Lou is up for it.
There's a TV rights. There's a million reasons why.
Maybe they called him and he just didn't hear the phone ring.
For sure. I mean, we know he'll take anything because he's him and Virgil, the manager from the $1 Million Man. They're at every convention ever.
Yeah,
like they must travel together and share like a studio hotel room because they're at every convention. So, all right, you're gonna get it. You're gonna pass, right? You said
I'm gonna appreciate it, but I'm gonna pass.
All right, pass, Bobby.
Smash. I've got the Japanese Spider-Man. It's actually with my
cool with it.
Yeah, I think my Spider-Man, which I actually still have him up there, was on my top 5 figure when it came out. This one is I love it. I love the fact that they actually sent whatever always like raged on here that we don't get any like accessories. We get like the webbing and we get the rope webbing with this. Like I love that. I think it's a wonderful addition. I think it's a definite get. Yeah, all my bedroom's decorated. I was actually gonna wear my Santa hat and I forgot to. So
we have plenty of time. We still have a couple. We have holiday best of shows. So for those tuning in, is going to be like 200 is next week. It's either going to be a GI Joe Fanstream or the best GI Joe of the year. It's going to be a mega show for 200. So every week is a mega show.
Real quick, Chuck. I do want to mention this. Lou is extremely hard to work with. Lou is very hard to work with. I interviewed him back in 2014, I think 2013, and like his manager came up to all of us. He's like, "All right, we're gonna do the Lou Ferrigno interviews." We're like, cool, and he's like, "Okay." Now this is for Comic Palooza. It's a Comic Con. He's like, "All right, no Hulk questions." He does not want to answer any question on the Hulk. And I shit you not, like, there's like 10 of us going, what the fuck are we supposed to talk to him about then? King of Queens? He goes, no, he has a new project he wants to talk about. I'm like,
Okay.
Cool. Straight to DVD that no one wants to give a shit about it. All right. Cool.
I would ask him about Arnold Schwarzenegger busting his chops in that bodybuilder documentary. Remember, he's like, Lou, he's like, your arms are so small.
It's tiny. Look at these arms. My muscles are so big. I was so tiny. You know what's out.
Nice one. Baldy, I'm just going to ask you to just say smash or pass, and I'll get you on the next figure.
If Patrick can pick it up for me, smash.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, cool. How about from one Spidey to a Spidey villain? It's the MCU No Way Home. Here you go. The Lizard. Smash or pass? Baldy.
Well, listen, I would only smash because my son loves these freaking movies. He's an Andrew Garfield fan. He freaked out when Lizard appeared on screen in No Way Home. So I would smash just for that. I always thought this was just a goofy interpretation, but it looks like a great figure. I mean, it's pretty faithful to the source material. So for my son, I say smash.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Bobby. Make it smash or pass the fasty.
I'm gonna pass on this one. It looks fantastic. I loved Amazing Spider-Man. I thought Andrew Garfield was a fantastic Spider-Man. I'm always disappointed that the sequel was such a drop off from the first one, because the first one was such a good Ultimate Spider-Man take on Ultimate Spider-Man. But I'm passing on the Lizard. I passed on Green Goblin. I passed on Doc Ock. I'm just gonna
Man, Doc Ock and Green Goblin were two of my favorite Marvel Legends of technically last year. I don't know. I think Doc Ock came out in January, but they were both I thought they were amazing. So, man, I think this thing it's an Amazon exclusive, so it's not gonna go on clearance right away. But I don't want to pay. It might, right? Amazon does a lot of deals. I think I'll wait, but I want it. So I'm gonna say smash, but waiting. And then I'm gonna pass on 77 Spidey unless it's on clearance as well. But Patrick, what about you? Are you MCU or just comics?
I like some MCU stuff. I'm gonna pass on this.
Cool. All right, passing on that, and let's see what else. Okay, so that's it for the exclusives. Yes. But we're sticking with Spidey talk. And there was a brand new wave that came out, and the pre-order is tomorrow. So I think due to the crazy social media issues we had today with Instagram and Facebook, that Hasbro didn't roll out. Yeah, they didn't roll out the high def. Usually the day before they roll out the high quality images. Usually shout out to Paternia, right? Always hooking us up, making our wallets dry. But hitting us up with the newest images and everything, but we didn't get anything. So we're going based on screenshots. We got them from Paternia and Toy Arc as well. But yeah, new wave. And I'm going to go with you, Patrick, on this. How do you feel about the wave overall? And then talk to me about Electro as a female.
Nah, I don't care for her. I mean, again, I like the effects. I appreciate that they splurged and they finally made some new effects because I can see them using those with other figures. But I definitely don't need this gal. I think the wave looks good, but the only two that I'm interested in is Spider-Man Unlimited, and the Flash Venom.
All right, so we'll definitely do a quick pass on that. So that's a quick smash on that. That's a pass on Electro. And
Mhm.
so what about you, Baldy? It is a female. You smashing? I mean, every female figure is a 10 out of 10 for Baldy Locks reviews. So.
Usually, I am a huge female fan.
Proponent for female, yeah.
She is I don't know this character. It looks like a fun throwback to like a 70s costume, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if I saw her on the shelf, yeah, maybe I'd pick her up, but it's not a priority. There's some other characters in this line or this wave that I would probably prioritize. So I would say pass.
Yeah. And then what about you, Bobby? This was, I think, the Electro that took over for Max Dillon, like within that 5-year run.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago or 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yeah. She was. She's a clone from the Jackal too. So, if you don't like clones, you know, the face, the makeup on the picture on the left, she looks like the obsessed girlfriend meme right there.
Wayne.
I'm gonna say psycho alert. I'm gonna say
Gun rack.
What is this? It's a gun rack. I don't even own a gun, let alone many to necessitate a gun rack. What am I gonna do with a gun rack?
How many people listening right now know what the hell we're talking about?
If you're not careful, when you're gonna lose me. I lost you 3 months ago. We broke up. It's a pass. Look, like I said, it's a beautiful figure. I do love that the face sculpt. I think it looks great. To Patrick's point, the effects, like finally we have something that's not just like a little like Electro. It's like an actual, like you can put on the arm, like she is Electro. It's fantastic. It's gonna be a pass though for me right now.
Pass for me as well. So I think we're good on that one. And then we got, okay, so this was your favorite character of all time in Marvel Comics, but Baldy opened up the show saying he liked this too. So are you guys both smashing Spidey?
It's hard to say smash Spider Boy.
I know that sounds so bad.
It just sounds awful.
Yeah.
I will say that it has piqued my interest, this character. I've never seen him before. I guess he's been around for a couple years now. Totally interested in just seeing what he's about. It's a fun looking figure for sure. I see a lot of customizers taking that and putting it on a bald guy named Tony. No, like the sneakers, right? Like, but I'm curious about like the multiple eyes and the fangs. So I don't know anything about this character. I heard he doesn't shoot webs though.
Yeah.
Why does he have web hands?
A Spidey that don't shoot webs? What the hell?
Yeah, look at him. Like, what is that?
He doesn't have the powers. He's just a fan.
What's up
He's
with
a
his
fan.
mouth?
Right?
That's like doing air guitar. Like, what the fuck do you know?
Bobby, our comic expert. I mean, you don't draw comics expertly like Patrick does, but you are a journalist of comics. So talk to us about Spider-Boy and why
Bobby.
he's your favorite character of all time.
Bobby.
So look, I haven't. It's one of the few books I'm actually not reading right now. But it is Dan Slott. Dan Slott gave us Superior Spider-Man. I love Dan Slott's writing. I loved him on Spider-Man. Spider-Boy is a relatively new character. He's only been around for about a year and a half, maybe. I think they're on issue 14. And he's a character that much like with the Sentry, he's been around since the beginning, but people forgot that he existed. So it's I love the way it looks. I wish I knew Yeah, he debuted in 2023. He's only 10 years old, so he literally is Spider Boy. It's gonna be interesting to see where they take this character. Is he gonna be like, as big as Miles Morales? I don't know. So we will see.
Bobby, tell us about the teeth. I know nothing.
Me neither.
I'm so excited. What's going on here?
That's a wonderful question. Here you go. He possesses powers similar to Spider-Man. He can transform into a spider hybrid at will, gaining paralyzing venom, enhanced vision, and the ability to communicate with spiders. He has a variety of spider sense, so he actually can turn into partial spider. There we go.
But he has no webs. No webs.
No webs. No webs.
That's disgusting.
No webs. Web hands. Multiple eyes. If you go back a picture, he's got the normal Spider-Man eyes.
There you go. That's better.
So then his backpack is kind of like a Blue Beetle type of deal.
Yeah. Or Superior Spider-Man, like that.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in the character, but I have so many questions. And somebody mentioned about no laces on his shoes. We are in Back to the Future times. At this point, Back to the Future is 9 years old.
Laces are overrated, right?
Yeah. Laces are, come on. Laces are 1985.
Well, I'm gonna have the Robo mentality on this. Like the Robo don't know, Moody don't know, and just like Bobby had to look it up. Like none of
Tony
us really
don't know.
about this character. Tony don't know. But cool looking figure. But since it's such a tiny figure and I don't need it, I'd be one of those, like, if it's on super Ross clearance. I know that's like a theme that I have tonight, but trust me, there's figures that I'm gonna buy full price, but just not yet. But yeah, this one pass for me, and Patrick already said pass.
Yep.
And Tony, don't worry, we'll get to you. I have we'll do a rundown. Actually, we'll just get to you now. Spider-Man Unlimited. Did you watch the animated series?
No, not too much. This guy looks pretty cool though. I don't need him. I'll probably pass, but he looks pretty cool in these pics.
He looks awesome. And was this was one of your smashes, Patrick? Am I right about that?
Yeah. I was definitely into the Unlimited series. I thought it was pretty cool. Very like reminiscent of Spider-Man. Was it 2099, right? That's
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of like that look to begin with. So I think this guy looks pretty sharp. I'm definitely going to be grabbing him.
Yeah, I'm in too. So, Bobby, are you smash or pass?
I never watched the cartoon, but I always liked the design of it, and this figure looks absolutely fucking insane. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the cartoon's fun. It's a continuation of the one before that.
Oh, this is Unlimited. This is Unlimited. Yeah. Okay.
Spider-Man Unlimited. Yeah, okay. It was a continuation of Spider-Man the Animated Series, like the famous big one.
Is he still Peter Parker?
No.
Oh, then no.
So you need 20 Peter Parkers. You can't have a bunch of your Spider-Verse.
Everybody and their mom is Spider-Man now. Spider Boy, Spider Infant, Spider Pediatric. Come on.
There is rumor, and it's been going around for quite a few months now, that they're going to continue the Spider-Man, be Spider-Man 98 cartoon.
Nice.
Because that Spider-Man cartoon had an infamous finale, which we never actually got a proper conclusion.
Right.
Because it ended with Mary Jane. Mary Jane got pulled into the multiverse, and Peter Parker went after her. And it ended, and so that we never got a proper conclusion to the Spider-Man animated series.
Breaking news: Baldy, smash or pass?
It's a cool character, but you threw me for a loop. I remember watching this with my nephew, like the first couple episodes. You're saying that this was a continuation of which show?
No, it wasn't a continuation.
It was not a. It was like the same studio. It just kept on going. Well, the first episode, it pays homage to it in this flashbacks.
Homage.
But after that, it's on its own thing. It's kind of like Batman Beyond. Where
Okay.
it's like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
does
That's
that
a
make
good
sense?
analogy
Yeah,
right
I
there.
think that's a good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that says
Yeah.
it all.
Yeah, because I remember it borrowed elements of Miguel O'Hara 2099
Yeah.
Spider-Man. And that's definitely like you can see that in the web cape and all that shit. But yeah, it's a cool looking figure. If I see it, I'll definitely pick it up. I'm not going to chase
Cool.
it down.
Same.
But yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, so I think we're almost all in, except Tony has to always be
Pass.
the bad one. All right, look, this is my favorite figure of the wave. It's either the nicest looking figure they have or the ugliest, but I'm in for probably
Why not both?
probably in for the ugly reasons. Just the hair and the cape. What the hell is Marvel's Kane? It's just awesome. So I'm all in on this one. Bobby, I'll go to you. You're our comic guy.
Look,
Wow.
Kane is great. Kane's a Peter Parker clone. He actually he is now Scarlet Spider, and his book was set in Austin. So, but this is the '90s. This is the '90s version. So what? This is the '90s version of him. Did you have my impersonation of me, Tony? I had to go really.
Did it go ham?
No, I think the figure looks great. If I see him in person, it's gonna be like one of those let me see in hand. He looks great, but I don't need another Spidey clone, but he does look great. I do love the colors. The colors really pop.
Awesome. I'll go down the list. Baldy.
Fuck this shit. I've always hated Kane.
I hated Kane too.
I
Always
hated
Kane.
the whole Spider Clone saga when they
Yes.
start to multiply, like the Maximum Carnage. When they start
Speak
to
on it,
multiply
Baldy.
all the symbiotes, it's fucking weak ass writing. Okay, so Kane is a little bitch that the Jackal made.
Yeah,
I was never a fan. Does it look good? Is it close
Hell
to
yeah.
the source material? Yeah, it's cool. So if
it
you
looks
like
awesome.
Kane,
Yeah.
like some fucking weirdos, if you like Kane, yeah, it's fine.
I love it.
Nah, fuck
I
that.
mean, Baldy, I'm just getting this figure so the actual Kane can give it the tombstone.
Ah.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
yeah.
doing.
I do like
Patrick.
the
What the-
pink. It's that bright 90s pink.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, you said PTP's figures took you back in 80s nostalgia, so I got to
Yeah.
ask. I mean, you said pass on this, but are you convinced a little more?
Me?
No, Patrick.
No, mate. I mean, I like the colors. Like, I love teal and I love pink together, but I don't know. Like I said, space is limited. You know,
Good answer.
he looks he looks great. I appreciate it, but I'm gonna pass on him.
Gotcha. Tony's gonna pass on everything, so I don't even have to go.
Well,
to you.
he looks great, especially in these poses right
Oh,
here. But
nice. All right.
I mean, the pink shawl and he's another clone, and I hate the Clone Saga too, just like Baldy. It's something I don't need, but he looks pretty cool
Oh.
here. Damn.
He'll be at Ross.
Yeah. And I still won't get him.
I'll give him a Ross. Fun trivia: there are two Peter Parker clones running around right now in the Marvel universe.
Ben Riley.
That
and
damn
Kane.
Jackal.
Ben Riley and Kane, yeah, because Ben Riley is now he has demonic powers. So
That fucking Jackal makes more clones than Mr. Sinister. I swear to God.
which is really fucked up. The reason why he started making the clones was so he could clone Gwen Stacy because he was in love with her.
Right. True.
Fuck.
Had to have his own.
I would
had to have his own
clone
sex
Gwen
dolls.
Stacy.
I'd clone her too twice.
Like we understand why. You just shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Tony, I'm gonna go right to you because you like your figures with guns, but do you like this likeness?
Yeah, oh man,
Agent
yeah, they nailed it with
Two-Face over here.
Aaron. Is this Aaron Eckhart? Yeah.
Yep,
Aaron
Aaron
Eckhart, yeah.
Yeah. His that face is, man, when you put that up, that's spot on. Or did you put it up or did somebody else put it up?
What's
the
up?
likeness with them two.
I think someone else did this, but I was thinking
Oh.
this. I was thinking this the whole time, and then I think someone posted it, but I don't know.
Okay.
I might have posted it. Who
No,
knows?
Yeah, somebody
whole-
just maybe
Yeah.
beat somebody else to it. We all saw it.
Okay,
right away.
that's what it was. But yeah, no, this Agent Venom looks pretty kick ass. Out of the whole line, he's one of the ones I want. Him and there's another one coming up that I want. But they did a version of him early on, and it was cool, and I got it. And this one's a big time upgrade, and the whole fact that the Flash Thompson backstory is pretty crazy. So I dig this one.
Yeah,
as a smash for me.
Got it. And before I go to the next person, I gotta be a decent YouTuber for once in my life. Just like the show. If you're watching it, you got to take off. The holidays are busy. Got a great guest. Patrick here was talking about American Ninja X Kickstarter 2.0 is coming soon. We're also going to have more stuff that he's got in the lineup with Ramen Toy. We'll talk about that in a little while. But yeah, in the meantime, like the show, guys, and appreciate you hanging out. The holidays are a crazy time. So we got lots of content coming and our best of shows. And more importantly, a Toy Kind of Mood 200 is next week or at least soon. So happy about that. Patrick, you said you're all about this, which makes sense because it's kind of right up your alley with American Ninja X.
Yeah, I mean, these two could definitely hang out. I always found this character intriguing. Only thing I would like to see this guy with a backpack.
Yeah.
What was the laugh for?
Backpack of guns.
Yeah, I just feel like he's just missing. He's missing something.
Yeah, well, if you ask Bobby, most Marvel Legends figures are missing a lot of things. He's been on some long rants about missing accessories. Well, we know why, because they have to pay the Disney.
And rightfully so. Right?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. They can give us some goddamn webbing. They can give us webbing. All right.
Shut the fuck up.
They're like, no, they don't. No, they don't. They have the fucking molds. They have the plastic. They can make it one.
You get a web, and you get a web, and you Wolverine, come here. You need
he is Spider-Man.
Doctor Doom, come on, we get some webs for you, Bobby.
If you do this, fucking do that.
That's awesome. Totally cool. I think we're all smashing on this one, right, Baldy?
Fuck yeah. Listen, this is how you rewrite a character, right? So they just did a really nice job with, they were trying to reinvent, get this thing off of just my dude.
he only solos you.
I solo you for no reason.
I know I'm just playing.
I just really always liked the story here. I'm surprised it didn't take off and kind of last longer. But I like that, he had spoiler alert from 15 years ago, but he lost his legs.
Right.
Yeah.
They brought in the suit and it kind of like gave him new purpose after losing his legs in the war. And it was kind of like Punisher meets Spider-Man, and it kind of just reinvented the Venom character, and I really liked it. So I'm surprised it didn't last longer than it did.
I think the old one had the backpack Patrick was talking about, but with all the the Venom thingies coming out of it. I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think the old one had that. Yeah.
That's like Grim Knight. Did you
guys
guys ever see the Grim Knight figure from McFarlane?
Oh yeah, I had that one from McFarlane. Yeah,
With guns,
with all the guns and everything. That would work here. Yep.
Yeah. He had all the little spindly thingies coming out. He's got it in the one on the left, but only on his head.
Yeah.
Yep. Nailed it there.
Very nice.
And that's a yes for you, Bobby.
Oh fuck yeah.
So vulgar.
Yeah, what the fuck, Bobby?
Very aggressive.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Oh, fuck off.
You're good. Fuck this shit.
Look, I love this Agent Venom. I everything that Baldy said about the Flash Thompson revitalization is 100% true. Like they did a great job with it. The fact that Flash, and then and what I loved about it too is that Flash went from being Peter Parker's biggest bully to being one of his best friends.
Yep.
Like it's just like great. Like, hey, Then him even going like, I was an asshole. I'm sorry. And then Peter becoming very protective of Flash Thompson, which is like this like really great writing, which I think was during Dan Slott's run of it. And so yeah, and now what they're doing with Venom right now is in the comic books is absolutely fucking bonkers. Like Jesus Christ. But yeah, Agent Thompson, like Agent Venom, 100%. This is a smash for me.
Awesome. No, I think overall this was like a pretty fairly strong wave. Wouldn't you guys agree with it? I mean, yeah, we're not all like fans on the new Electro, and not because she's just female. It's just it hasn't been the most compelling villain that we got. But I mean, 4 out of 5 ain't bad. And I actually totally forgot Chameleon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was my other one. That was my other one I wanted.
That was the other one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, Tony, go. So Smash and Chameleon.
Oh, big time Smash. That's the one. I mean, we needed a good update from the one we got. He's just in his suit. The last one we got was way back when, and they modeled this one's after the cartoon, which is awesome. I think there's been a bunch of these being made as customs.
Yeah.
Some badass customizers has made this, and this is Chameleon. This was his suit in the cartoon, and the J. Jonah Jameson mask is pretty dope. But yeah, this is cool. This is dope. Yeah, Felipe, me too. Venom and Chameleon, and now I'm done.
Yep. And you didn't mention this one, Patrick, but what are your feelings on this particular Chameleon?
Nah. I mean, again, it's one of those things I appreciate it. I'm glad they made it. But it's not for me. I thought it was kind of fun how they talked about this in the video, but how he's got the belt and he's got the face, so they're kind of combining the two versions of him here.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it, but nah.
Yeah. And then Baldy?
What a stupid fucking character.
That's Craven's half brother.
No, listen.
You Philistine, you.
I'll tell you what, I worked in a comic shop as a kid, so before I became really familiar with Chameleon, I had already read Secret Invasion. So then I was like, I don't get like why this guy exists if Skrulls exist. You know
that
what
was
I mean?
so dumb what you just said, but okay.
How's that dumb?
He was way before the stupid ass Skrulls.
Yeah, but
you can't have a master of disguise. You got to have aliens. Cheap.
Wait a second. Hold on. When was Secret Invasion?
Long time ago.
Wait, which Secret Invasion? The 2016 version?
No, from way back when.
Yeah, with all the Skrulls, right? They started with Elektra.
Yeah.
This goes way back. Chameleon goes way back farther than that.
All right, so I didn't really know the character Chameleon, so I was just like.
And you worked in a comic shop? You crazy? You don't know that?
Okay. Yeah, like he was highly utilized. He wasn't utilized in the cartoon, man. But I did call it for this character. I said if he came with a J. Jonah mask, kind of like the Hugo Strange Batman came with the Bruce Wayne mask.
Yeah.
Like I love this.
All right, real quick.
No, you hate it.
Secret Invasion was 2008.
Yeah. Chameleon is like 1960s.
The Secret Invasion was 2008 when Elektra, when you find out that Elektra was a Skrull, and that's 2008. That was Secret Invasion.
I feel like you guys are Doctor Stranging my life. Hold on. Go ahead. You guys go to the next figure. I'm gonna figure this out.
All right. Well, Bobby, quick smash or pass so we can move on to the next segment.
I'm passing on Chameleon. Like I'm with Patrick. I appreciate it. I think it looks cool. I have no like real big tie to this character, to the villain. So but I do love the fact that it comes with the J. Jonah mask and the belt, that kind of smashing the two together. But yes, pass for me.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Prowler for me. It wasn't like a figure I needed right away, but then Walmart just had like a sale and I ended up picking them up for like $15. So kind of a theme with me here with the Spider-Man stuff is there's a couple I really want, and
That's fair.
most are like I'm on the fence. Is like clearance time. So,
That's fair.
but yeah, overall a fairly strong retro wave. I mean, it definitely Venom and Unlimited Spider-Man and Kane were pretty awesome. So yeah, we got some good ones there. But we also got another big wave, and yeah, I mean this was great. I mean, we talked about this at the beginning of the show, but yeah, in order to get big old Holocaust or Nemesis or whatever we want to call them, genocide. Yeah, there you go. You got like 3 names.
Yeah, 3 names.
No, it's genocide. But yeah,
it's actually Nemesis. It's actually Nemesis. I thought Apocalypse Sun, right?
Not this one.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah, we'll get into.
It's right there in the
It's right there in the name. Marvel's Nemesis. Hello, you nerds.
So it was Holocaust and then genocide and then became Nemesis because Holocaust and genocide are fucking horrible. And Marvel and the Toys were like, Marvel's like, oh, we'll go there, and Hasbro's like, let's pump the brakes a bit.
That's good. That's a good look. Yeah.
Nemesis looks like a cosmic.
He does.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the first thing I thought when I saw him. I was like, this looks like a Mythic Legions character.
4 Horsemen did that one.
Yeah.
Well, look, we still want to talk to Patrick about some toys. We're gonna go now. We got 5 people. We're gonna go much faster now. So when I go, you say smash pass and give like a quick reason, and we'll move on to the next person. So I'll do. Patrick, I'll go to you. You're our guest. What about Fabian Cortez, the Acolyte?
I will get him on clearance.
Good. I'm not alone in that. Clearance waiting stuff. Yeah. So cool.
That's
Baldy?
not an option. It's either smash or pass.
Oh, well, then it's pass.
No.
It's kind of the tweener.
KJ and I, we have it's a pash. It's a pash.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We created that pash.
Pash is clearance waiting. I like that.
To
So
you.
are you clearance waiting this, Bobby? Are you pashing?
Yeah, I'm pashing on this one.
Pashing?
I mean,
Baldy.
I love it, but yeah, I'm gonna pash.
I'll pash, and then I'll probably still pass.
Okay, cool. And Tony, you're just gonna pass, right?
I'm passing. He looks fantastic. He looks great. That's a great Fabian
Does
Cortez.
look good.
But no, I don't need him in my collection. No.
Yeah, I don't really. Same here. It's
Get him
a
to have
pass.
Magneto kill him. Get him to have Magneto kill him like you did in the comic books.
Yep, that's true. He did.
Possible.
It looks like Orgasmo.
The Acolytes. Yeah.
I mean, his face looks good. Like it looks like Jim Lee sculpted that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the face is great.
They did a great job, but Pash. And then Gambit, Bobby, we'll go to you.
Smashing.
I
love it. I love Wave 1 wasn't a big hit for me, but Wave 2 I loved because I got that Colossus, and
oh yeah.
I really want more of the Age of Apocalypse figures. I think they came out looking really great. This game looks fantastic. Yeah, smash. Gotta put him with Rogue and Magneto. Have that nice little love triangle from AOA.
Yeah.
Baldy.
I am an Age of Apocalypse fan, but I'm not a huge Gambit fan, so pass.
All right, Patrick.
I will smash this. I will get this.
Cool.
Nice.
And very concise, Tony.
Yeah, it looks really good, but I'm gonna pass. I don't do all the Age of Apocalypse crap. I totally skipped that whole run. Like, nope, not for me.
Smart.
I think AOA is a fantastic story, but I don't think I have any of the figures, and I'm not about to. So, and also, this is the only post I like, and it would take up like this much room when,
right?
Like Patrick, I don't have enough room. So to pose figures like that. So, all right, but we'll go backwards. Tony, how about the X-Force Nightcrawler?
This will probably be a pash, but if I was, because at one point I was doing customs of all the X-Force ones, like the little Black Ops team class Cyclops had, and at the not in the he wasn't Nightcrawler wasn't in the beginning of it, but
no,
he joined after, and just the whole gray and black and white look to all of them are pretty badass. But I have my OG Kurt, and that's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
So
Gotcha.
technically speaking, this isn't the 616 Nightcrawler. This is the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler
Oh, that's
That-
right. That's right.
that got sucked into our universe, and Cyclops like, oh great, you're a killer, cool, go join the X Force.
Right.
And he made it his mission to find all the mutants from Age of Apocalypse and kill them in gruesome fashion. So he threw AOA Iceman into a boiler fire to make sure that he evaporated and did not come back. And then he teleported
Smart.
Deadpool's
head off him.
It needs to do that with all the AOA people.
Right. Yeah. He's gonna be a. He might be a Pash. I'm gonna do Pash. I don't need him, but he looks fantastic, and I love Kurt. No matter what.
He's not going to be on the pegs for long.
No.
He's going to be gone.
Especially with Excalibur.
Oh yeah.
With that AOA Excalibur, the fact that it was spelled Caliber, I loved everything about it.
Yeah, I'm afraid Patrick. We're not going to be able to Pash. It's going to have to be Smasher. But I don't think this guy's ever going to.
I'm passing it. Easy pass.
Yeah, it passed for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy pass, like the tollway Baldy.
I always like Nightcrawler, but this is a no Pash. There's no Pash.
There's no pass.
I don't think so, man. I don't think he's going to be a clearance. It's X-Men.
Right.
Figure this is going to be.
I think if you see him, grab him. So fuck it. I'll smash him.
What's up? Cool.
Yeah.
I see some familiar folks joining us late. What's up, Chris? What's up, Todd? Some of our friends joining us here late. Yeah, like the show. And we're here with Patrick from Riot Press, and we were talking American Ninja X, and now we're going over the Marvel Legends Fanstream. I'm gonna smash this. I think I'll just grab it because I don't want to be it's one of those figures I'm gonna want. I don't not madly in love with it, but if I don't buy it, I'm gonna regret it. So I'm gonna
Do you have the OG, Travis? Do you have the regular one?
I just have the Nightcrawler from X-Men 97.
Okay. Okay.
I've got the OG up there.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I love that Nightcrawler.
The 97 one is that's all I need, really.
It's close enough. Yeah.
Look, though, this color scheme is sick, and I think there's a reason why it was a fan vote. Remember that. If it was a fan vote, then again, the one that was a fan vote before that is clearance. It's that Red Widow or something. She's like,
Right.
And that was a fan vote, so I don't always go by that. But I don't think this one's going to be on sale. Husk, we'll go with you, Tony.
Oh man, very much pass. I don't Husk with her skin coming off and everything. Man, that head sculpt is great though. I mean, you can do a lot with that. You could do a cover girl with that.
On the right, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that stuff. If my customizing head takes over, but no, I don't need Husk. Pass.
Patrick.
Pass.
I love how everyone's emphasizing the S. Baldy.
Yeah, this is a fucking smash, man.
Peeled off. She hasn't had.
Just for the peeled off. Look, that's V right there.
Yeah,
It is V. Yes. But she's not a reptilian underneath.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. That's awesome. And the head alone, you could buy a custom head on eBay, Etsy, whatever, for fucking $35. Get that one.
If the head right, Baldy there every night.
Yeah, all I need is head.
I think Chris really convinces my smash now because Warpath. I don't know why he says Warpath twice, but Warpath and Archangel going with Nightcrawler. I mean,
There you go.
That was the tease. That was the tease at the end of.
And you know, in the comic book, you're supposed to say Warpath's name twice. That's why you wrote that.
Okay, Warpath. Gotcha. Cool. All right, Bobby.
Yeah, it's a smash. I mean, how can you pass on page? You got 3. Look, I'm
passing easy.
I'm getting
X-23.
yeah, I'm getting house to go with my Generation X. I've got
There you go.
Chamber, and I mean, it was weird for a while. She was, hooking up with Angel, which was really weird.
Oh,
Yeah, but I love the fact that they're ripping off she's ripping off her skin, and
cool.
I kind of wish, and this is just because I'm a Marvel nerd. I wish they would have given us a hand that was shaped like a knife, because she could do that. She could rip off her skin and bones and have like a weapon there.
Oh shit! I did not know that. Okay.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she can
She's crazy.
she can have she can rip off her skin and have like acid pouring out of it, like whatever she needs.
Holy
Like
crap!
she can rip off her skin and it's there.
She's disgusting.
Yes,
Yeah, but
yeah,
she does have that. If you look in the picture
Fuck that
to the
run.
right, where they're really emphasizing pulling off the face, she's
Piece
got
of
that HJ hand right there,
Yep.
the hand job hand.
Hey, what relation is she to Cannonball? It's not his sister, is it?
Sister.
Or sister? Okay, not
the Guthries,
not-
yeah.
the Guthries.
He needs some
there's
company on that peg.
Yep.
What was that?
He needs some company on that peg.
Mm-hmm. With his no leg having ass.
I'll see her at Ollie's.
Yeah, exactly. Pat, I think she's a fantastic figure. They killed it, but pass for me. Don't need it in my collection. Wolverine is my all-time favorite comic book character, but I don't know how I feel about this one. May take a risk and hash. Bobby, you're so passionate about this. Just go.
Look, the reason I'm passionate about it is
He's all
because
soloed.
the original Ultimate Wolverine figure that came out by Toy Biz is one of the ugliest figures that has ever been made. Him,
Yes,
and,
sir. Yes.
not
I second
Rogue.
that.
Like that Toy Biz Rogue and that Toy Biz Ultimate Wolverine were atrocious. This Wolverine is badass. Now the reason I'm assuming that they're dropping this now is we're gonna get an Ultimate X-Men wave, but also because of the new Ultimate Universe, and we're getting a new Ultimate Wolverine. I think they're gonna call back to the old figures. And I mean, it looks dope. Do I need another Wolverine? No, fuck no. But will I get this one? Because he's dope as shit.
Awesome. All right, so you're smashing Baldy.
It's a cool looking figure, but now I'm gonna pass.
Cool. Patrick, your thoughts on Extreme
I
Wolverine?
I like his claws. I like Ultimate X-Men, but I'm not into it.
Cool. Tony?
I might pick him up for a smash, because I might pick him up for a custom. That's it. I ain't into the this Ultimate Universe one. If he was getting ripped in half by the Hulk, okay. But yeah, his claws are awesome. The head sculpt is dope. Just having a Black Ops look, and I can turn him into a Team X Wolverine. You know what I mean? So, but that's about it. I mean, I don't care for this kind of, the lore that goes with this one.
Yeah,
this one's crazy, but I have so many Wolverines.
You and everyone here. I think the deciding factor for this is I only see an extra pair of hands. But remember, these are not available for pre-order till next year. So there might be a chance we'll get another additional face sculpt, I think. Let's see if I can go back and see if there's did they show every package yet? Wait, they did. Hold on. No additional face sculpt. But it comes with 3 sets of hands.
Okay, so pointy, open fists. Okay.
Yeah, but man, he doesn't come with a bath piece, and it doesn't come with an additional head. That's gonna be a pass for me.
So you don't need him.
Yeah, you don't need him to get Nemesis.
Right.
Genocide.
Nemesis Enforcer.
Cool. All right, let's move along here. Gotta catch back up. Cool. All right, this is my favorite. Not the bath, but this is my favorite figure of this wave. So smash. And going by how quickly X-Men figures sell out and all that stuff. I mean, it isn't tied to the new cartoon, and Cyclops actually wasn't that hard to get, but I love this effect that
Yeah.
Goes
Oh
with
my
his,
God.
you know, his
Hell yeah.
visor effect is really cool. And I was a
Mm.
big fan of X Factor during this run back in
Mhm.
the day. And you know, the modern one was cool too. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just get it and not work. And I'm not gonna try to save $10 and then maybe have to pay Macari or something. I'm just gonna
Screw
get
that
it. You know?
noise.
Yeah. So
Yeah, agreed.
that's we'll go with you, Tony. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I think I'll smash on this because if they make the rest of, they're gonna give you the rest of them. You know, X Factor. You
Yeah,
know,
say
and,
that.
Yeah.
a Beast,
Yeah.
Jane, and Iceman, and Angel.
Yeah,
Dude, this
that's
and
critical then.
with
Yeah.
these new bodies. Oh, of course. And I already have my blue team, gold team.
Yeah.
But this X Force team with the original X-Men, that's hard to
Oh,
pass up for me.
No.
yeah, it was X Factor, but yeah,
Yeah,
you're
X
good.
Factor. Yeah.
Patrick, old OG X Factor Cyclops, Scott Summers.
I love it, but I kind of wish they would, because give us some of the other guys first. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like obviously like everyone wants to get Cyclops, but I've got that one that is, there isn't already 2 X Factor Cyclopses available.
So there are 2. Well, okay, there's a Marvel Legend with the wave 1 of the X-Men classics that came out in 2020.
It's
And
the
it had
retro.
the retro one, and it had the optic blast coming out, not this
Mhm.
badass one.
And he was
then
white and blue, right?
The white and blue
Yeah.
one. And then there's
Yes.
the Mezco, not Mezco, the Mofex one I've got up there that is the blue and the white and blue. This one was shocked me because this actually isn't this is like Gen 2 X
Yes.
Factor.
It's yellow.
When they had because and that's I'm like, all right, that's really cool because then we get the repaint of Angel or Archangel, depending which one we get, and then that cool Beast, the Iceman, the Jean Grey, like yeah.
Is this the one that has the Iceman with his inhibitor belt?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. I have that. It's awesome.
I mean, I'm gonna pass and just hope to God they don't make the other X Factor figures.
They're going to. What are you talking about?
That's fun. Baldy, quick smash or pass, and I'll go to you deep on the next one.
Yeah,
He's going-
I would smash
Oh.
this in front of
Ouch.
Jean Grey and let Havoc watch.
Jesus.
Oh, you kinky bald bastard.
Yeah, no, I think they nailed it here. They're definitely going to continue out this X Factor group.
Yes.
This is like right around
Yeah.
Inferno, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think they nailed it. The effect is worth
they-
it alone. you
Yeah,
know?
the effect is definitely the showstopper.
Mhm.
Awesome
Yeah, that's a
stuff.
smash.
Yep.
How long
Absolutely.
it took for us to get a freaking effect like this.
Right?
I know.
They know what
We've
the
got
fuck
a
they're
million of
doing.
those.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's worth for the effect alone. You get a great pinless figure with it. So that's definitely it. But Baldy, I'm going to stick with you. We talked about video games earlier in the show. Are you a fan of Marvel versus Capcom?
Yeah, of course. Yep.
And
She's
what
a
do you
cool
think
character.
MVC to Marrow here?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. I'm gonna pass on it. I mean the head sculpt alone. As a GI Joe fan, it seems like a lot of GI Joe fans are customizers and they see Marvel characters
Who
as a good
Who
reason.
is?
They see these Marvel characters as a good reason just to buy the head alone.
Fodder, yeah.
If the head
And,
right.
and I think she's worth it alone because, like I said, these custom heads are like fucking $35 anyway. Get a whole
Might as
figure.
well get the $25
good
figure.
point.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
point.
so
Yes,
it's a
that's what I
fun
do.
figure. I always thought it was kind of a take on Doomsday with the marrow and everything growing out of the body, just a
Mhm.
female version. But I'll pass. I'll pass.
You'll pass for this. Tony, is this going to be the Ninja Force Scarlet head, or what is
I
the?
think Ninja Force Scarlet was still long hair. I think.
We're still
Yeah.
long here, right?
Yeah, she
So
has a
who would
Yeah,
this
ponytail.
be?
yeah. I should point to. Yeah, this
Who would
one.
this be?
Oof. Oh man. I don't know. A redhead Helix. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know. I mean, you could go with anybody, but short, and I don't know. Like, yeah,
You could put it on a
I don't know.
Cobra Valkyrie or something. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? I don't
There
know.
you go. Yeah.
Because there's so many
Which would
redheads
be
already in GI Joe. It's like, ugh, leave them alone. Poor, you know, are trying to make
cool.
CoverGirl blonde. But this one,
Are you
it,
smash or passing on
I,
Marrow?
I'm reluctantly kind of passing on her because I don't really need Marrow. I remember she debuted with Maggot. Remember Maggot? We got that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think when Joe Mad was drawing this, right, Bobby, when they
So
came out.
yeah, so well, technically, yes, he was. It was Joe Mad. It was before Maggot though. She joined X-Men with
Oh,
Maggot. Remember,
yes.
Marrow was a Morlock,
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a Morlock.
and
Mhm.
I was hoping. I get it to go in the Capcom version. I was kind of hoping for the Joe
Cap-
Mad original, where like her hair was like missing and she had like bones coming out of her skull, and
Right, she was crazier looking. Yeah, this is straight up Marvel vs. Capcom, which I
yeah,
like.
this is straight Marvel. Yeah,
Yep.
so it's cool. It's cool. I appreciate what they're doing. I do.
Same here. But I'm
All
just
right.
gonna pass. But dope.
So we have a pass for everybody. Patrick, what do you think?
I'm passing.
Cool. All right.
I will. I will
Right.
have to get her. I want that genocide. I want genocide. So I'll have
Yeah.
to get her.
Okay.
That's my beef with this wave. It's like I don't
Oh, that's right.
is that there, it's like that genocide, the Holocaust or whatever is so
Nemesis.
awesome. And it's
So
like
awesome.
it's like I can't believe they're gonna make me buy some of these figures. They're gonna try,
I hate that. Yeah, I hate it.
It's like imagine how much they would bank if they just did like in Nemesis. What was he called again?
Nemesis.
Nemesis. Like
Yeah.
imagine it's like I understand the whole thing about like roping customers in and kind of buying figures that they don't want, but I mean they would kill it if they just sold that figure by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah.
Mhm. And I love how it's always Iron Man or Cap or Wolverine or Spider-Man that isn't part of the bath piece, and you're like, I don't need another one of those.
Yeah.
You know, it's always the popular character, and it makes sense because no one's going to buy those characters for the bath piece. They're buying it based on popularity. They always have to have one like casual figure in every wave. Makes sense.
Right.
Bobby.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Moody, but like,
No,
for
you're
me,
good.
it is absolute bullshit. The reason I call bullshit on that is because it's the same price as the build a figure.
Mhm.
Because you know that they're $25, fine, but they add that because the build a figure wave or the build a figure piece in the extra plastic, fine. However, if you're not gonna give me a build a figure piece with my Wolverine, give me extra. Like Moody said, like there's no head sculpt. Well, give me an extra head sculpt. Give me like, something to where I'm not feeling ripped off. I'm paying the same price for a figure that has no build a figure wave or build a figure piece with a figure that has a build a figure piece.
Gotcha. Do want to give a shout to this game though, because it just came out on Switch not too long ago, and you can play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on it. And I don't know if we see Marrow on the cover. I don't think so.
No.
You there?
No.
No. Either way, she's in one of these games, and it's pretty awesome because you get the whole collection. And I played, remember Tony, the Punisher game?
Yeah.
It's on there.
I just beat it with my girl. We actually beat it. It took like an hour. And
Is he with Nick Fury in it?
Yeah, Nick
Yeah,
Fury, and you could
I
just
have that.
you keep dying. It's hilarious. Like you could just
Side scrolling. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have like any quarters, so you just keep.
Yep.
It's
Just
pretty
keep on
pretty fun.
continuing.
Pretty fun stuff.
Love that.
But anyway, so obviously Nemesis, Genocide, whatever you want to call it, is an incredible bath, and that kind of alters things as far as how you're going to buy this.
Yeah.
But
Cosmic
man,
Legion's figure.
but just based on this figure alone, Patrick, I mean, you're really digging the bath, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I love it. Like when I love how the bubble comes off and you can adjust the skull and put it back on. Yeah, I mean that looks great right there.
How
But
cute.
I
Gina's
mean,
in here.
I'm not gonna buy Nightcrawler and Marrow and that chick with the fucking skin coming off to get them.
Oh man, that's great stuff. That's hilarious. But yeah, that's a problem. I think sometimes BBTS will sell this outright, or you could buy it, but then it's like kind of pricey. But then you don't have to buy it. It's not as pricey as buying the old wave, but it's like for one figure, sometimes it's like I don't know, $60 or something, but or more. But yeah, I mean, overall, it reminds me of Doom, the video game Doom. We talked a lot about video games tonight, but yeah, it's like one of the like if you took the Doom Slayer and then took one of the villains he kills and mashes it up. Bobby,
I just kind of wish that it looked like the Joe I know they canned for whatever reason, but I was kind of hoping that it would have done. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull up this picture real quick. Give me a second. I wanted it. Don't get me wrong. It looks fantastic. Moody, we gotta play on Switch sometime because that'd be great. Hold on, y'all keep talking. Let's see if I can find a good version of what I wanted Holocaust to look like.
Well, Gina's in the chat saying she whooped Travis' ass.
not at Marvel versus Capcom. She comes from the video game world, so
that's cool as hell.
Gonna happen. Look, let's go over the teasers real quick because we still got more to cover and we're almost hitting 2 hours. So this was, I think it's pretty sure it's Warlock, right? Infinity Gauntlet Warlock, because we got these images to look at.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. There you go.
Right there.
Yeah.
So, we excited? Anyone? Look, I'm not gonna go to everybody, but at the same time, but anybody excited to get an Infinity Gauntlet Warlock, or did you don't need it, or what?
Nah.
I don't need it. It's cool as hell, and that's the one they should have done, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
I'll put them. If I get it, I'm gonna just put them with my Thanos from Diamond Select. What is it? Is it? Yeah, the big one, the big chunky one. Yeah,
chunky. Yeah, he's a badass fucking figure. Why'd they wait so long to make this?
Yeah, he's dope in this outfit.
Baldy just wants to curse on a Toy Kind of Mood tonight. That's all, and it's allowed. We're a late night show. Well, that's the rule. All right, moving on. Spidey webs. We don't. I mean, this could be anything. I heard.
Yeah, they could be anything.
Spider
there's
spooge.
so many. The room, like the people who are like, this has to be this. I'm like, I was like, okay, let me do research on Miles McFarlane Spider-Man. And I looked and I was like, this isn't every Spider-Man comic.
Yeah.
People are like, no, those are McFarlane webs. And like, hey, maybe it is. It looks like every comic book cover Spider-Man. There's nothing distinct about this.
No.
It looks like
Agreed.
You could hang that from your ear and it would look like Ted from Something About Mary.
Exactly.
Or Cameron.
Yeah. All right. So if you wanted a Spider-Man, like you had someone had thrown out, what Spider-Man was it that we threw out earlier that we needed? Because we talked about the 77, but there was like another one that we
Spider-Boy
in the chat. Which one?
Spider-Boy?
No. Something that it was in the chat. It was a good one. I should have started.
The Electric Company Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that was it. That was you, Tony.
That was me. That was me.
Okay, you're here and you're like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, it was you. Electric Company Spider-Man. But like, if you
love that
a Spider-Man, who would it be? Who do you want this to be so you can get it?
It's gonna be something new. I don't know, man. Maybe they make wow. I don't know.
It's a horrible tease.
Look at this. It's a web. Okay, Spider-Man. Pass. Move on.
But once again, it's something that we need. That's Archangel.
Yes, it is. Yeah, right there.
Now, which one?
Nice slides, Moody.
X Factor. Or X-Force, X-Force.
Is it this one?
Either or, really.
Yeah, Baldy, that one.
That one, yep. I got that one now. Baldy's got a box one. Wow.
We got that one, so
mine's got dust
gonna
on
get
them.
one of these, right?
I think it's gonna be the one on the left in the X-Force suit because we got
that would be killer.
Those were Nightcrawler, which we talked about earlier with 23 and Warpath.
The one on the one on the right is where he's like redeemed, right?
Yeah.
Right. He's like going back and forth. He can like transform between the feathery one and that one.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I liked it.
Okay, this is funny because this is what I've been reading like all week. All right, look, that's a Marvel versus Capcom Spider-Man web.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
If that's it, come back when it's revealed and say, I'm the guy.
That's a super move.
Yeah, because it's like, all right,
And
if
he,
that's
and he
it,
flipped you around a couple
then-
times.
if that's it, then God bless you. I know a couple of you guys probably got to go, but we'll stick with Marvel here real quick. I want to get your opinions on Mezco Mighty Thor. Actually, before that, I forgot to ask. What go around the room for those who watch the stream? Bobby, you watched enough of it to give it a whiskey score. What do you give the final Marvel Legends fan stream a grade out of 5?
You know what? Before I do that real quick, this is what I was trying to show you real quick. I wanted this version of like the all yellow like
Nemesis.
yeah. I wanted this Joe Mad version. This is the one I really wanted, but you know, whatever. Okay, so the final grade for I wanted to give it a 5, but that fucking audio it just sucked. It just sucked so badly. I'll give it a 4.5 though. 4.5. Like the audio was not the guy's fault. That's production issues. Look, they gave us 2 waves. They gave us their draft, which is always fun to watch. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to like work out to while or listen to while I was working out. Yeah, the guys did a great job. I thought they were back to form.
Yep, I agree with you there. 4.5. Yeah, I could go there. Baldy, what about you? You said you didn't see anything, but based on the reveals, yeah, he'd get a call. He's in and working.
I gave it 45 seconds, and it was really based on the audio. Audio is huge. You guys know that. When you're producing a video, like audio is important. I did that skyscraper video outside in a park, and it was super windy. And we had dedicated mics. So when you have that dedicated mic, it dedicates the audio. Like I knew it was going to be windy that day. It's Hasbro. If I can do it on a budget of just a YouTuber, they need to fix that shit. It's ridiculous.
So you give it 2 out of 5 lava mics.
No, I would give it this corkscrew. And that's about it.
Cool. Who is this Mike? I like that comment. Patrick, you watched it, as we could tell by your analysis here tonight. What do you give it out of 5 tall boy PBRs?
I don't know. It's hard to. I mean, I don't understand the grading system of the.
It's like 5. You could go 0.25, 0.5. It's out of 5.
How about I just say it was all right? I was stoked that they gave a shout out to my friend David Nakayama, who does a lot of the artwork. Awesome. I went to school with him, so I was excited to hear them give a shout out to him. Yeah, I'll give it a 3. It was fine. The audio, the audio, I mean, really annoyed me because I thought it was something on my end for like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that's what Bobby said. Bobby thought it was his.
I'm like restarting shit and
just like today, everyone thought their internet was down. I think you even told me that, and it was it was Meta that was down, not you.
KJ thought he was shadow banned.
I'm shadow banned. He probably still is, just like he's shadow banned from the show. Everybody's here but KJ tonight. No, I'm kidding. Shout out to KJ. KJ was on last week with RoboSkull or a couple weeks ago, so I wanted to and he's got his own thing. So we'll see him on we got a lot of G.I. Joe coming. We're gonna have KJ. He's a encyclopedia about that shit. So look, I'll give it a 4.25 because of the audio, because you're a billionaire company and you can't get that shit right, and they don't have any excuses there. So other than that, I thought it was fantastic. Fantastic reveals. The draft is always fun, and the camaraderie is always good. One last thing before I let you guys go. I'll go to you, Bobby and Baldy, real quick on this Mezco Thor. Just quick thoughts, Baldy.
It's cool looking. it evokes the original Avengers, but I'm not a big Mezco guy, so I'm gonna pass.
Bobby.
Well, first off, Patrick, I finally got to meet David Nakamura at New York Comic Con, and he was as just an insanely nice dude. Like, it was so cool getting to meet him.
Yeah, he's a nice dude.
Oh, such a nice dude. And as for the Thor Mezco, look, the face, I will say this, the face does look very Jack Kirby-ish. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I just don't like Mezco. Like, the pictures are cool. Like, the effects it comes with look awesome. Like, I should love this. And instead, if I see it, I'm like, why is he wearing leggings? Like, he looks like he's wearing Lululemon leggings there. It just kind of annoys me. It always looks like they're in pajamas. It looks cool. I want to. You know why I'm so mad at this, Moody? I'm mad at this because I want to like this. I want to. No, we shouldn't do jump scares for this late at night. I want to like Mezco. I want to love Mezco. It should be amazing. And for some reason, whenever I see it, it's just like, what is this?
You always like my shots with Mezco.
That's because, you know what? Because I think because you actually make it look good. Like I said, like the pictures look cool. This Thor looks cool, but when I get it in hand, I'm like, what is this? Like, your shots make them look cool. Your shots make me go, oh, am I wrong about Mezco? And then I hold them like, no, I'm not.
Oh, I think all the shots of this do not look great. I've never liked this look for Thor, but the proportion, the costume, the way it comes together, like, something's off about it. And I never liked this look to begin with, but not my bag.
It's almost
Hi,
like they
Zach.
used.
How are
Hi.
you, man?
Hi,
everybody.
Hi, Patrick.
you in.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, we'll be talking with Spec and Patrick about some Titanium Titans and Transformers. But Baldy, go ahead, take it away, man. You had a comment.
No, I was just saying it almost looks like they've used AI to kind of fill in the background here, which really makes when people use AI and they don't use it correctly, one, it's a cheat, but two, it kind of makes this look like shit.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of tell. It's like,
It's definitely AI. That's a good call, especially on the right.
Yeah.
It looks Moody, you were saying that I was celebrating cursing on here tonight, but it looks like fucking shit.
Well, these photos are over. I mean, the one that you just had, the image on the right with the lightning in the face, it's over photoshopped or processed or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Go to
that's
that.
why I don't do a lot of that, because I'm not really great with it, and I don't want my photos looking like that. So I figure other things out.
No, but yours look great with like the lighting. It just has a natural look to it because you're using classic forms of like photography.
Right.
Go to the next slide. You can see the line.
Gotcha. But I do want Patrick's take on it. He's a revered comic book artist here, and talk about forget the figure, right? Talk about this images, the digital images here, like what we're kind of talking about. Jump in and give us your thoughts on it.
Well, I think they kind of photoshopped so much because the figure looks so bad, and I think they're trying to hide some flaws. I mean, I don't own any Mezco, and this figure is not inspiring me to start.
Yeah.
I mean, look how short his legs look compared to his torso. He looks like so out of whack on the left.
He looks like me in person.
Yeah.
Like the proportions are all off.
What's that thing? Is they're like cobbling together bucks? It's like and that's a guess. Like, I'm assuming that they did not get an all new buck for this figure. They are probably using Conan or bits and pieces of Batman or whatever. Like,
Okay.
And that's the reuse not done well.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to use this time to promote my next video that I might do tomorrow. And it's going to be ranking all of the Mezco Joes. And as a sneak preview of that, and I agree, I think I saw Punk's review. What the hell is up with this backpack, man? Like, this thing broke. It broke on Punk stream. It broke on my just hang it. What? Just look at this the straps. See, we could show it here.
Who is that?
Look at this. All right, here we go. Look, see
Supposed to
that?
be
It
huge.
looks like a tab, and it's not. It's just ripped off. All I did was try to like get his arms inside of the backpack, and the tabs ripped off, and you cannot put them back. Now, where Punk ripped it off was on the top lid here, because he was like, man, it only goes here. He was trying to fit that shovel in there, and that's how it's fitting. And his argument was like, it doesn't really fit. So
Yeah.
he tried to, like, quote unquote baldy shove it in, right? But then look, that's how it is. And he was like, what the hell? And he snapped this off. So and this doesn't go all the way up because of the harness strap. So this backpack functionality is a complete mess. And then on the sides, I'm surprised this thing hasn't fallen off yet. Every time I touch it, the knife sheath and the gun holster fall off. And I have them all the way clipped in. It's a good design. I think everything looks awesome and good. And I love the backpack look. It's fantastic. It's like totally World War II Duke, right? If that was to be the case. And actually, I think that looks great. In the pictures, it looked awful, but in hand, I think everything looks really good. That's the thing with Mezco. Everything looks good if you're okay with pajamas. But then the problem is the functionality on this stuff is like worse than NECA sometimes. So yeah, it should be a good video, guys. So
Nice.
watch it this weekend. Be the ranking Mezco Joes. I still got to open this.
Well,
I'm just so busy, I don't get time to do this shit all the time.
Trav,
But
you
anyway,
bring up a good point, and
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that Patrick's here because he could probably speak to it a little bit. So you're talking about a Mezco. Everybody talks about how imports and things are, worth the money, right? You don't get that kind of breakdown with a $25 figure, right?
We're here. What
exactly.
our guys are saying. Yeah.
That's not something you should deal with. You'll have guys in the forums, in AOL chat, on MySpace, and they're talking about. Not one of you guys reacted to
Bobby did. Bobby was just sitting here like this.
on dial-up. No, you have these guys that bitch about like, I got a broken Nemesis Enforcer. I wasn't pissed about it because of the price, right? I would be pissed if I paid the price of Mezco and got the kind of shit that you just explained. So like, I'm okay with, I know when I'm buying at fucking $20, $25.
Right.
So I think you should make that argument in your video when you do that. You know what I mean? And I brought up Patrick because Patrick, you're bringing in these characters at a different price point, right? And you're trying to capture the classified, the Legends crowd. What do you think about what you're bringing to the game versus what Mezco or what Travis was just showing?
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't own any Mezco, and I've seen some that I like, like the Storm Shadow looks good, the Roadblock looks good, but that quality, that's awful. I mean, it didn't. I mean, I just heard a story about that figure breaking from 2 different people.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to, I mean, Mezco has to think about their price point. It's like if they're making something that's that expensive, it's like that shit has to be like tight.
Right.
It's got to be tight. I mean, it's ridiculous. Even when you're dealing with action fodder, right? when you're dealing with that, you're not getting like this thing is a solid built figure. It is a female figure. Everybody knows I'm a fan of the female figures. It's a solid figure. So whether you like Action Force or not, you're going to get quality with this. They have improved since the Kickstarter and since Wave 1. You know what I mean? And at the price,
Baldy, hold on. We gotta stop. We gotta segue our special guest. We might as well just let the cat out of the bag then, man. Let's just let everyone know who our special guest is for a Toy Kind of Mood 200. It's not just one guest. It's 5 of them. It's 3 POA and Bobby Valley.
oh, we weren't saying anything, man.
Anyway, keep going. I just thought that would be fun.
No, I'm just saying that, like them or not, like, you guys know how I feel about Action Force. They are the GoBots to the classifieds being the Transformers. So they fit in. They're good in the background, but there's been improvement. So Patrick, when you do your Kickstarter 2.0, right? You got to think of, I don't know, I guess the price point, but you're not charging these Mezco price points where
$95 for this store that we got.
No,
here.
I mean, and then also, like, if you notice with the American Ninja, like, we did have some soft goods in there too, because, you know, our figure ended up being in that $48, almost $50 range. And, you know, how I justified it was, like, we threw in some soft goods, you know, just to kind of give it some texture. Because once we started to get a little kind of on the expensive side, I was like, we have to make this worthwhile. And I was talking it over with Luke, the designer, and he was like, why don't we put like some soft goods with it, you know, and kind of get the best bang for the buck for it. You know, if we're going to charge almost 50, let's make it worth almost 50, you know?
yeah, but you were actually offering value is what I'm saying.
Trying to. But now, you know, what we're going to be doing with 2.0 is we're going to be trying to bring that price point down a little bit, but still try to keep everything.
Yeah, keep it packed out, but a cheaper price. So that's good to hear there. One more segment or two quick ones before we let you guys go. We always love talking about Jada Toys on a Toy Kind of Mood. It's become maybe our second or third biggest brand, third maybe. But Street Fighter there's new images here from SCCC. Does anyone know what SCC is? It like Shanghai Comic Con or something like that? I don't know. Someone help me out with that. But yeah, we got Blanca and Sagat. So there's some looks at that. So just wanted to share these images that have been floating around the web, and there's the package shots too. So yeah, we don't have Tony here, but you guys are all. But Spec, you joined us a little late. You're collecting Jada. You excited for these two?
Yeah, you assholes got me started on that. And then,
Singapore. Here we go. Singapore Comic Con. There you go.
I'm definitely excited for both of these. Blanca was always one of my favorite characters, and as we mentioned in a previous episode, I'm really glad they went back and retweaked the head sculpt, because I had thought that was kind of a weak point, and now it looks fantastic.
They nailed it now. It looks exactly like the package. If you look just below, you know, it's like it's 1-to-1, man. They really did a great job.
Just self-promotion, like the last 2 photos that I put up on my Instagram were both Street Fighter photos with the new Cammy and DJ figures. And then one of them I actually put up a new video today where I did a lighting kind of demo.
Oh yeah, we let them know, and here it is.
Oh,
so go check it out. Toy Optics.
Yeah, I kind of had fun doing it. It's a lot of editing down me talking to myself and rambling, like, oh yeah, maybe that works. Maybe that
like every single YouTuber. How dare you?
Yeah, but I try and get rid of that so people don't have to hear me do it. Just get to the meat.
That's the goal. That's why I'll do like the ranking stuff. instead of reviewing things right away, because I'm like, oh, I can review them all in 30 minutes instead of one. But hey, some people are great at doing it for 30 minutes, one figure, and you don't want to hear me for 30 minutes because you hear me for 3 hours every week. You don't need that. So I'll save them the suspense. All right, and then speaking of that, oh, wrong one. But yeah, we had Spec. Go check out Spec, and then go check out I just ranked the newest wave of figures there. So the two new player twos and the latest wave. This is a fantastic wave. If we weren't running out of time, I'd talk about it more, how great this wave was. But just go watch the video, like and subscribe and all that crazy, stupid YouTube shit. So one last quick thing around the room, Baldy. Quick thought on these. Are you smashing or passing on these two?
Yeah, that's a pass.
Wildcat and Orion, they're gold label DC multiverse figs.
Wildcat looks cool, and it looks a lot of fun. Orion looks just like that elephant character from Masterverse. So,
Now it's proud.
But it looks good. I mean, if somebody wants it, I don't.
Cool. Bobby, you want these?
Passing. The Wildcat looks weird to me. I love the wraps. The head on Wildcat looks funky. I don't know what's up with it. I like the coloring on it though. The Orion I thought it was Orion, but
oh, it is Orion. Sorry.
Yeah, Orion. I'm not getting any of the new gods. It looks cool. But yeah, passing on both of these. Also, Moody, Rockets beat the Warriors 91-90.
I was just looking up, and yeah, well, it's all right. I still got this team to root for, but we'll see. Hey, good for them. So that means they're in the finals of the NBA Cup, then, right?
Yep, against
Awesome.
the.
It's always like a young up and coming team that like gets. I mean, the Lakers won it last year, but the Pacers almost won.
Yeah.
So the Cup last year. Anyway, Patrick, do you care for McFarlane or collect them at all? And
yeah, I got some of these. I probably will get down with the Wildcat. One of my instructors at the Cubert School created Wildcat, Erwin Hazen. And he was a very, he was old. He was like 90, when he was my instructor. But he was a really great guy. So I probably will get this just out of tribute to him.
Yeah.
Orion is cool, but my DC collection is very particular, like I said, like space is limited, and I can't get everything, and you gotta pick and choose those battles. And the DC stuff, I just get like the stuff that I absolutely need or have some type of connection to.
Yeah.
Got it. And then Spec, just a quick smash or pass so we can move on. There you go. All right, cool. All right, awesome. All right, we're gonna let Bobby and Baldy go. Thanks for hanging out for 2 hours and 21 minutes, and we'll have one last segment with Patrick and Spec. Two quick segments rather, but
I was gonna hang out, but I gotta go.
I gotta bounce. Hey, Patrick, email me or message me. Moody's got my info.
All right.
I want to talk to you about American. I want to talk to you about your next Kickstarter. So yeah.
Sweet, and some comic book stuff.
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely.
Coverprice.com.
Yes, Patrick, I'll fanboy here. I had a friend that went to Kubrick around the same time you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tony Vassallo. Do you know that name at all?
It sounds familiar.
He's still around. But you guys go ahead and do your thing. Travis keeps texting me on the side, telling me to get the fuck out of here.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, guys. We'll see you next week for ATKM 200. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Cool. Hopefully everybody can be on the show next week. Baldy just don't want to leave, does he? Yeah, that's a gruesome close-up. All right, we got a couple more things to talk about. All right, so one thing I want to ask you, Patrick, about is your relationship with Ramen Toy, and is it kind of like how All right, we'll just put the cat on the show. I'll talk to the cat.
She wants some attention right now. Be quiet. Be quiet.
It's so funny. It's like a baby. Hilarious. But yeah, talk about Ramen Toy when you can, when the cat allows.
Well, I mean, you know, my relation with Ramen Toy is basically, you know, just through Ace. You know, I don't work for them. I just roll with them once in a while. You know, I usually when I get a booth for Riot Press, I'll get a booth for Ramen, you know, as well. So that's why, you know, we do a lot of conventions together, just because, you know, Ace is like, when you're grabbing one, grab one for me too. That's a different cat.
Just
So
cat just pouring into your house.
yeah, no, it's getting close to second supper time.
Okay.
So like I met Ace when he was doing the 80s Commanders. Like he was on my YouTube channel and we were talking about toys. So that, you know, that's how I met him. But you know, I just been jamming with him. You know, mainly him, not you know, Ramen, but like he's kind of like my toy manager when it comes to you know, the Last of the Seekers or the American Ninja.
Right.
You know, he's the guy that kind of handles all my factory stuff.
Is this, you said this was a collaboration here?
Yeah. So this is something that Ace and I cooked up.
Nice.
They had, and you know, like they had the buck from Quicksilver and Mumstar when they did those Silverhawk figures, and they had them just sitting around, and I was like, why don't you let me kind of redesign these figures around those, you know, treating Quicksilver and Mumstar as a buck, and kind of design a whole story around them. So we came up with these new characters and some new armor. It's kind of like Space Marines. And this stuff is just the like the tip of the iceberg for Titanium Titans. Like we have a lot of characters, a lot of army building. If you're into like Captain Power, Masters of the Universe, Power Rangers, you know, you'll be into this thing. What's awesome about the guy on the right is he's actually translucent, and he has like a backpack that like lights up. So it's kind of got a real fun like play features to him. But yeah, I mean, you know, this is something that we've been working on for a minute, probably about 2 years now. I think we've been jamming on this, and we showed it off at Joe Fest. People were pretty excited about it, taking a lot of pictures of it. A lot of like Power Ranger fans were into this thing.
That makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm doing a webcomic right now on Webtoons that's kind of creating the lore for this. But I created all the characters, all the backstories, the storyline. I kind of acted as like the art director on this as well. Again, that dude we were talking about, Shulong Tan, who works for Hasbro. He made all the equipment, all the gear, the heads, anything that was resculpted, like he made it. And then we just took a buck of that Quicksilver figure, and we took it as far as we could and did the most that we could with it. We have 2 female figures like that we're making as well that are going to be seen very soon. I mean, it should be a fun toy line, you know, because no one is doing space stuff, you know. Like we wanted to do something kind of like G.I. Joe Classified, Action Force, but like in space, with a little twist of, like I said, Masters of the Universe, Captain Power, you know, a little bit Power Rangers, you know, trying to mix all that stuff together. Again, what I talked about earlier, that neo nostalgia. It's kind of got that old flavor, but it's new.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty overcrowded in the military community. There's
Ye-
all these stuff, and I think you have that representation with American Ninja X, which is also superhero world as well. But
Mhm.
then here it's like, I mean, you named stuff that, and I think those are diehard passionate fans that like we sometimes forget about them in the space because like it's always centered around what Mattel and Hasbro are doing. And
Mhm.
then you did mention Motu, but it's like with Power Rangers, they're kind of like in the backside of Hasbro. They don't really push them that much, but those fans are crazy and
Mhm.
they'll buy everything. So I
Mhm.
think it's a smart market. Like they might not be a million YouTube streams on that stuff, but like it's almost underground, but they're like, like
Yeah.
it's obviously popular, but like that stuff is, I know they're loyal and they're there. And if you can kind of grab that market, I think it's smart. Rather
Yeah,
than like
I mean,
yet
like,
another military toy, like we're seeing all the time.
yeah, I mean, and when we're done with the comic, I want to get it translated in Japanese. I want to kind of market it towards that Japanese
Manga audience,
fan
manga.
base, which I think a lot of people kind of forget. There's this whole other country out there.
Mhm.
Last of the Seekers,
Yeah.
there it is. But so the guy that's on the right is actually a test shot. So that's why he's like all black.
Nice. Awesome. Love seeing that. And then you want to,
Oh,
we got
so this is wave 2 of Last of the Seekers.
okay.
We did three other colors. We did another Shadow 2.0. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We're doing him again. People love that color scheme. But when I started my comic company, one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to do like a Robotech, Diaclone, Voltron type of story. And obviously a little bit of Transformer action in there, clearly. So as soon as I got an opportunity, I started putting together a story. And then I came across a CAD toy designer, Peter, who actually lives in Poland. And he and I jammed on this together. He sent like a rough sculpt of a robot, and then he would send it over to me, and I would sketch on top of it, and then I would send it back to him.
True
But then,
collaboration.
yeah, but it was interesting because this is way different than making an action figure. There's a lot of engineering that goes with this because when you're making them in robot form, you have to make sure that they look good in alt form as well. So it's like you have to kind of go back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, and so they look good in both forms. Now, I mean, when I was younger, when we were all younger, like whether it be Transformers or Diaclone or even Voltron, it was like they always looked good in one form. It's like they never looked good in both forms. Now finally, technology has gotten to a point where we can make them look good in alt and we can make them look good in robot. And I contribute a lot of that to the ankle rocker. As soon as Hasbro started using ankle rockers actually, I think it was third party that started using ankle rockers first for their robots. As soon as they started using ankle rockers, it kind of really started to change the game as far as like the robots are concerned. But no, this is a fun, it's a fun comic book to draw and write. And I'm really pleased how the figures came out as well. I mean, they did really well on Big Bad Toy Store.
I wanted to mention that because this Shadow drone is sold out on BBTS, and then you also have the Max that's available there too.
Yeah, the Max is available, but they also sold out of, like, we had a character named Surge, and then we had a character named Ice on BPTS, and those sold out too.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so people seem to be into this because, you know, it's like people are like, oh, it's the third party, is it Transformers? I'm like, I call it new party. This is a whole new party going on over here.
Well, I want to ask Spec real quick. Like, you're a resident Transformer guy, but you're in that scene more than us. Is there a opportunity, or do you see those folks interested in like these kind of figures, like more independent, or is it just like has to be the, you know, like for instance in GI Joe, a lot of people buying Action Force and Operation Monster Force and all, you know, American Ninja X, people are excited about that and they're willing to kit bash and play and create their universe. How is that in the Transformers world, would you say, from what you know?
I mean, I don't know a whole ton, but like myself and another close buddy of mine, and then all you guys, you know, we all kind of gravitate around G1 and G1 designs. And I explore a little outside beyond that, with especially with what they've been doing with Legacy and what in the upcoming Age of Primes. But like, I don't do third party. I know that the people that do third party tend to not do Hasbro, Takara Tomy.
So you think it's separate?
Well,
I think so.
Well, I mean, if I can jump in there real quick,
Yeah, please.
like one of the things that the third party does is they don't do chug or mainline. You know, third party does either legend scale, which is like 4-inch, or they do masterpiece. These are mainline sized. So
Nice.
when I made these figures, I wanted to almost like the same thing that I'm doing with American Ninja. I wanted that I have something that someone could put on a shelf next to a Transformer or a Diaclone robot, you know? So it's weird. Again, a lot of people think like, you know, if someone walks up to this, they think immediately it's third party. And it's like, no, this is something completely new.
But it's awesome that it can
that's
also
awesome
be
that-
in a shared universe, kind of like the figures I mentioned in the military world, where you could fit them in. They're in the right scale, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did you had a follow up?
No, I think that's cool that you designed that to fit amongst like the Hasbro scale. I think that's a great selling point. Like, is Stanley sitting here in the comments, Transformers figures are inconsistent on scale, so many scales amongst the sublines. I think their scale has been super consistent. At least Hasbro scale has been super consistent since Siege started 5-6 years ago. And then the inconsistency comes from when you start getting into Masterpiece, or wanting to try and mix Masterpiece or mix third party, or mix the whatever it is, the Fan Toys or the Dr. Wu or the but I think that the chug scale right now, I personally think is like pretty on point.
Yeah, and that was something that I wanted to dabble in, you know, but I wanted to do a chug scale figure with masterpiece quality. Like, if you turn any of those figures around, there's no hollow legs or hollow backs. Like, it's all like they're heavy. Like they're all filled in. Like, there's no waste space, and that's kind of been my issue with the chug stuff. You know, for since Siege, is there's a lot of hollow legs. You know, there's a lot of hollow arms, and we designed these robots. I was like, no, we're filling in these gaps, you know, like find a way to do it. So when people are at conventions and they pick them up, everyone are immediately, because they're used to a Diaclone or a Robotech or a Transformer of that size weighing a certain amount, and whenever someone picks it up, they're like, oh my god, like, this is heavy. And it's like, yeah, there's no hollow spots.
Awesome. Well, then I look forward to hopefully getting to handle one day. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
let's get one.
That sounds pretty cool.
One for Toy Optics channel. He's he reviewed the Dragonfly first, I think, right? You like the first?
I don't know about first.
You were up there. You were up there. Well, Nemesis Immortal, you were first for us. I think you were up there. But he's been, pretty prolific in a short time reviewing stuff and excellent quality. So love to see what you could do with the Seeker.
I'll send one over.
Awesome.
Very
Very
cool.
cool. Let's make that happen. All right.
Todd C has a good question. What's the price point on yours?
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
So those the first wave, they were 85. Now with our second wave, we've improved the price because we the packaging was kind of big. Like, it was a real nice looking box. It had a nice window on it. And they were originally 85. But now for the second wave, see that box on the right side is really, really wide. And it has a window at the top too, that so like light comes in. Looks beautiful. And the back, I know my cat is really fucking bothering me. But the back is metallic, so it shines. Now the new box that we're doing is about half the size, and the price point is going to be $39.99 on the new wave.
Cool.
Oh wow!
And then here you go.
Yeah.
Spec.
So we're improving the price point on it. Should be good. I think for an indie toy robot maker, I think $40 is. I'm impressed with myself.
I mean,
we're impressed. Oh, is it deluxe Voyager leader? Like, what's the
It's in between deluxe and Voyager.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Right.
Yeah,
Good size. I mean, the thing is like, it's rare to hear a company figure out how to scale a price back. And you've been seeing it a little more recently, like Jazzwares was able to lower the price of their Micro Galaxy Squadron, the Star Wars vehicles. And I think, even though I don't like saying the name, I think Action Force lowered their prices by $1 or $2 and made a big to-do of it. And and like, to hear like you guys were able to figure it out and lower the price that much. And $40 these days is kind of a flash in the pan, right? Like, to put that out there to test out a product to see if it's good, like that's great. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we sold like we were just talking about, like we sold out with them being 85 on BPTS,
Right.
and actually one that was there. We had an all white one that was a TFCon exclusive that we gave to Joel to put up on Big Bad, and that was $100, and that sold out too. So I mean, I have a feeling that people are going to be very excited about them being $40. Now, kind of what we're doing, and this is going to be, I think, the model going forward, is the first wave. There's always going to be a bigger box. It's going to be more weapons, and that first wave, because we're doing a van and a car next, and then we're also doing a helicopter. So that first wave will always be a little bit more expensive, but then when we get to the second wave, that's when we can start reducing prices on stuff. As far as being an indie toy maker, that is how we have to do it. So I mean, and that's gonna be the strategy going forward.
Yeah, you got to cover your ass. Hey, we don't have a super chat, but we have a super cat. Do you make a cat transformer?
Not yet.
You guys going to TFCon?
I mean, I probably not, because it's in Chicago. But I'll be at BotCon, and wherever TFCon is going to be after Chicago, I'll probably go.
Nice, Cool. He says early bird bonusing. Maybe.
Yeah, we do some of that.
Okay, and then Hasbro weapons designs are lacking. And then yes, there's a TFCon in Burbank, California, right in LA. Cool. All right. Speaking of awesome robots, we're going really late, and I know you're on the East Coast, so we're gonna do
I'm good.
a smash or pass on Age of Primes. Look, it's the pantheon of the first 13 bots in
Ugh,
Transformers
This
mythology.
thing.
Yeah. So
I
we'll
didn't
just
even
get
want to look
right,
at this thing.
you'll just get right to it. These were all revealed at Cybertron Con 2024, and then Mark from Hasbro went over them yesterday. So more holiday smash or pass. We'll go right to you, Patrick, on the Titan 13-star Optimus Prime.
Pass.
Wow. Tell us why.
It's just dumb. Like really, it's like I don't like the little hot rod. The thing on, yeah. See, it just
Wow, a
looks
lot of passes in the chat.
it just
too.
looks kind of
So
ridiculous. Like it looks like it's almost like a kid's toy, but it's gonna be like $100. Like
it's $150.
Oh yeah. Fuck that.
Which I will give them credit in the whole rollback price scheme of things. When the Titans like Omega Supreme and Scorponok, those guys were all 150 when they came out, and then as the price is increased, like Nemesis was 190, the Arc was 190, whatever the Tidal Wave was one, and so for them to actually bring it back down to 150 is nice. I appreciate that, but I agree with everything Patrick said. It looks like a giant rescue bot. And I have an affinity towards the rescue bots because my kids were into them, and that was the gateway to get them into Transformers when they were little. But no, not for this, especially when he's in that base mode. And I don't like it. It's the bright colors, and then to top that off, I don't know anything about I don't know Star Convoy. I don't know that.
Well, also, like when he's in that base mode, it's like you can still tell it's a robot. It doesn't even. You can see his head and his arms.
Yeah, it's like a Imagine X line.
Yeah, this thing should be like $50.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Super pass on this. And then just want to let everyone know these are all general releases, and they're available for pre-order now. This one again, 150 summer of 25. It's coming out, and want to give a shout out to this guy because of his name. Never heard of him till now, but the Uranus Secret Toys Garden. Uranus gave us a nice looking image or two there. So there we go. All right, moving on. You saw a little glimpse of it, and it's the aerial bot silver bot spec smash or pass.
Smash. I already have them pre-ordered.
Silver bolt. Sorry, aerial bot silver bolt. Yeah, hard to say. You said pass.
No, I said smash.
Oh, smash.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I have all the aerial bots pre-ordered.
Oh,
or the 3 that have went up for pre-order. Like you can't say no. Like Menasor, which has that same sort of ladder design that they went to for the combiners, caught some flack from some people. I thought they did a really great job with it. I also don't care about the cartoon accuracy of having the cars face backward on the legs, and it's the exact same thing with Superion. They are much more stable than any prior combiner, and they are much more articulated than any prior combiner. So I'm all for it, and I can't wait to get it.
Awesome. Patrick, you?
I'm gonna pass. I have this thing with the planes that Hasbro does. Like I hate when it's like a robot and it has like a jet backpack. And it's like the jet's on top and then they just put the robot underneath. And it just not to toot our horn, but if you look at the robot from Last of the Seekers, it's like we made the jet part of the robot. You know, it's not like he's wearing like a backpack that he's the Jet. You know, it's like he is the Jet. The Jet is him. You know, it's not like. And if you go back to the other guy, it's like it looks like a robot that's wearing a plain backpack. It's like it doesn't. Like all that stuff that's underneath.
Mhm.
It looks. I mean, it's something that has plagued Hasbro with their jets for some time now. Now, I mean, maybe like if it comes in a set, like I'll buy it for the combiner, but just I don't know. I mean, like I know we were talking about third party earlier, but this is an area where I think Hasbro could take some notes because third party companies have figured out how to do this successfully. And this is going to happen with the like we're going to see the other jet too, and you'll see it. It's like it's a robot that's wearing a jet backpack.
Brilliant. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Next two, we'll do two at a time. So we'll do two at a time spec to move it going. So we'll do Grimlock here and Megatronus the Fallen. G2 Grimlock.
I'm gonna do a Pash because I have Grimlock's 86 release. I have the G2 concept.
Yeah.
And I have the Shattered Glass version.
Yep.
So at some point I would love to get this, and I'm not getting the Godzilla mashup, whatever, but this would be a nice like completion. But I'll wait for a sale, and if it doesn't go on sale and I miss out on it, I won't be sad.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, and then the Megatronus I think is badass, but I'm also gonna wait for a sale.
Mm-hmm. Put you there. All right, and UPTP.
I agree. I mean, I have 3 Grimlocks for the same exact mold. It's like I got the G2 concept one. I think that one is as far into the G2 world that I need with Grimlock. Shattered Glass looks awesome. The movie one looks awesome. And then the Megatronus guy, kind of cool. Like the fire effects are kind of interesting. But I have there's no connection to it, you know, and you know, the theme that you'll hear from me a lot is it's all about space, you know, it's like there's only so much space. And it's like, if I'm not thrilled by it, I'm not getting it.
Gotcha. And just to recap, Silver Bolt is $89.99 in the summer.
He's,
And these are both
he's the commander class because of the like Motor Master was
massive. And then these are leader class, $54.99 in the spring. And then we'll go back to you, Spec. On this one, these are Voyagers, the 13 Prima Prime and Red Alert.
So when it comes to like the original, these all the 13 original primes, like I don't, like Patrick said, I don't have a big connection to them, but I think they look cool. So like I picked up Vector Prime when he went on sale. So I will eventually get Prima Prime because I think he looks really cool. Red Alert, I have no attachment towards. I didn't watch any of those series. My son said that he's a direct, like basically a 1-to-1 look-alike from the cartoon he was in. I don't remember if it was Cybertron or Armada or what.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess looks wise, they supposedly nailed it, but it's a no for me.
Got you. And you, Pat?
Yeah, I'm skipping him.
Armada.
I mean, it's Armada. You know, again, the connection, but also with that Prima Prime, like I hate when I see them in their alt mode, and I can just I know the engineering, like the 10 other robots that have that same engineering, you know.
He was like the Siege Ironhide, right?
And Ironhide, and I mean, there's like so many different, you know. It's like there's a couple. I mean, not a couple. There's like 5 or 6 that have that same exact engineering.
Ironhide, Ratchet, Crosshair.
And then there's the army builder guys too.
Yep. Yeah. The
The
sparkless.
The sparkless. So it's like, I don't know. It's like it's some of that kind of it loses its magic, and then the red alert stuff. Like Armada is awesome, but the I don't know. It doesn't get me excited. And plus, it's what it's gonna be $25, right?
These are 35.
See, that's
35.
that's too much for a character I don't know.
Yeah. The nice thing about these, at least with the Transformers, is they will go on sale. I'll tell you, the Walmart exclusive line, the Star Raiders, which I have no attachment to them, but I think they look cool. I ended up getting the Road Pig as a freebie from a photography thing I went to, and then I just found Jackpot, and because he was sold out everywhere, I did break down and buy him. And then just today, Walmart's been doing those crazy deals. This line just hit the shelves within the last month, and I picked up that Cyclonus repaint, the silver and red, for $15, and that was a $35 figure. So
yeah, that Cyclonus figure is one of the better of I think the past 10 years. Super solid, very very little kibble. So yeah, if I saw him for 15, I'd probably get him too.
Yeah, he's on the website right now, $15, and so yeah, I snagged it. $15, it was worth it. $35, no. And actually, with Legacy, there were a couple waves I skipped again because I didn't watch Cybertron and I didn't watch Armada and I didn't know those characters. But then when you find them at Ross for $7.99, $8.99, whatever,
yeah,
absolutely, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Both those guys that we just saw right there. I mean, I will see those at Ross. I will bet. They will be at Ross.
Cool. All right. Well, let's go a little quicker. Quick smasher pass for our deluxe spec on Air Raid and Solus Prime.
So of the original aerial bots, I only owned Air Raid and Slingshot. So Air Raid is obviously a smash. Any of the aerial bots will be a smash. Solus Prime I really like, but it's going to be an on sale.
Cool. And then you as well, Pat.
Pass.
Okay, cool. Even better. And then I'll stick with you, Patrick, on this Waspinator and Slingshot.
I actually think the Waspinator came out good. I was surprised that I liked it. I think it's a, I don't know, it's very, and it sounds funny saying this, but very kid friendly. Like I think it looks fun. I think it'll get kids into Transformers. But then yeah, and then same thing with the aerial bot, and we saw it with the last one. It's I'm not into him. I mean, look how fat that jet is. it's quite portly.
Very chunky. Yeah, for sure.
And then we're talking about proportion issues. Like, look at the size of that jet compared to that car. I mean, I know that's probably not like exactly the size, but I mean,
I think those pictures are blown up and stuff. So I wouldn't. They're not on scale.
You can see them in their box. I mean, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, the jet's not much bigger. Yeah, I got you on that. All right, spec, pass, or smash.
Slingshot is a smash, of course. Waspinator, I like again, I will always say the animated series is extremely underrated. It got a bad rap, and it's you can watch it on Tubi, and it's great. The Bumblebee that this is based on was a great figure, so I will eventually pick this one up, but again, probably on sale.
Cool. And finally, it wasn't Age of the Primes, it was Age of the Sonic Prime here. So we got Sonic and Tails, an unexpected Target exclusive. They're starting to do these mashups, and some of them are hit or miss or smash or pass. But Patrick, how do you feel about something like this?
Well, so I'm pro this. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm pro, and I'll tell you why. Because kids love Sonic,
Right.
And I think it's important to remember I mean, especially with us being like 40-plus-year-old men, you know, we have to remember that these things are made for kids primarily, and anything that we can get kids to be stoked on, which Transformers,
Yep.
I'm all about it. So I think these are great.
Well, yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Mega GI Joe, right? So Mattel and Hasbro shaking hands on that, and I think that's one way if kids are ever going to get in a GI Joe. I mean, we're not talking about a hardcore GI Joe collector's kid. We're talking about just random kids whose parents don't collect toys, but the parents take them to the toy aisle. How do they ever get into something like GI Joe? And I think Mega is a great opportunity, and I think with this it's a perfect opportunity to get kids. I think Transformers does an amazing job reaching kids anyway, but I think it can't hurt, especially with the new movie out. I think you nailed it. Spec, what do you think?
It's a pass for me, but I totally agree with Patrick. I like Wingtail. I think he looks really cool. The whatever they called the Sonic, like cool, fun looking car, not so much into the robot mode. And somebody else pointed out, and I understand why, of course, but they were like, you made a Sonic, but you didn't give him his red sneakers.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, good call. Yeah, big and chunky and blue.
Yeah, but I think the Wingtail, the Tails character, whatever, I think that looks great, both alt mode and robot mode.
What part is the feet? Is that the front? Is that the headlights?
Yeah, it's the front of the car.
I mean, I'm sure it was just a. Well, I don't know. I think they could have done it. I think they could have done
Yeah, they
it.
could have just made it the headlights. Yeah.
I mean, something. I mean, like fire in the front. Like
Oh, yeah, like a
I mean,
flame
there's things that they could have done, but
I guess more paint applications means more MSRP.
And kids that aren't gonna analyze it like this, you're just gonna smash them and play with them and all that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if I saw this at Ross, I would probably pick it up.
you better stop buying things at Ross. It's all gonna add up to retail in the end anyway.
Yeah, but you get so much more for your money. That's the
No, I guess yeah. Cool. All right, quick whiskey scores on what it wasn't really a fan stream, but since they're probably not going to do one out of 5, what do you think of all the reveals they did in the past week at Cybertron Con? Spec, I'll go with you.
I'll give it a 4. I liked all the reveals except for the Star Convoy. I did like the new pricing point, the lower pricing point, and I like Mark. You know, I like his excitement for the line, but I also you know, he's got a lot of personality. And he's got that thick Boston accent, so he's kind of a character that you remember. And
I hear ya.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, did you give a score?
Yeah, 4.
4. Okay. Patrick.
I will give him a 3 because of that awful tie-dye shirt he was wearing.
not a fan of dude love. All right, cool. But we got to give Spec some love. Thanks for joining us late. And you just dropped a new video, so everyone go check it out. Subscribe to @Toy Optics, and you talked about it earlier when we talked about Jada with the lighting demo. And you got anything else in the works on Toy Optics you got coming up?
Not off the top of my head. You know, I'm always thinking about what I want to try and photograph. It's just a matter of time and space and everything else. But I was happy to do this video, you know, in starting a YouTube channel, because I don't consider myself a YouTuber, and trying to figure out what I want to do. Doing action figure reviews is fun, but like I want to do something a little bit different. And I mean, Meta having a big crash today didn't help anything in trying to like push the video. But the feedback that I have gotten from new subscribers or some of the Facebook pages I posted it on, and people just saying, "Oh my God, like thank you for, it was really great to see behind the scenes and how you set this up."
Yeah.
Now I've got stuff that I want to try and practice. And so, and then that was the point of it, right? It was like,
yeah,
to make it more accessible to share how I come at it, which is completely different than how other people would come at it, because we all have our own process and our own style. And
yeah, and I always thought that was going to be the heart and soul of what you would do with your channel. And now while the algorithm isn't going to dictate that, I mean, look, we do review videos, and if we get it earlier, it's a hit or something, then obviously. But the heart and soul of a Toy County Mood isn't that. It's this. It's this live stream. Whether 30 people show up, 60 or 200, it's this. And I think at the end of the day, sure, you got some classified things early and it got thousands of people watching, but I think getting behind the camera and doing what you do as a living and transferring that with toys and also helping the community, I think that eventually will be the heart and soul. I think when people do see, you know, it's like they say, come for the reviews, stay for the streams. I think eventually for you, it'll be come for the reviews, stay for the technique, stay for the what you do best. And I think in the long run, that's what you're going to be known for once, you know, you're kind of grandfathered into the algorithm, which we fight every day. We're at over 6K and we're 4 years in, yet some things just don't land. It is what it is. It's the battle that we always fight. And yeah, I mean, right here, right? Like perfect example. The thing I love the most, maybe besides in toys, is this. But if I review it, 6 people will see it. So it's a lot of freaking work videos. And so I give you kudos to doing what you're doing because it really, in your heart, you know it's right. But you know, 6 people are going to see it, or 60 or whatever, and not 6,000. It's just kind of what it is. But I think long term, keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if what the Dragonfly video got almost 7,000 reviews, which was astounding and blew my brain away.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
You know,
crazy.
If this video only gets 6 reviews, and thankfully it's had more than that, just getting the singular comment, the first comment that I got today saying like, hey, thank you so much for sharing this. Like, this was the kind of stuff I've been wanting to see. That made it worth it, because as I'm making it, I'm sitting here going like, am I doing this? Are people going to want to watch this? You know, the first 4 minutes is literally just the background as I'm talking over it, sitting behind the camera and trying to figure out, how am I going to make this interesting? Are people going to want to sit through this? How do I cut the BS out and make it so that it pulls somebody in? Because if you can get past the explanation and get to where I'm actually having fun, and you see the figure setup and where I'm lighting and why I'm lighting and how I'm explaining it, and, you know, diffusion and this, that, and the other, you know, I just, hopefully I sound like I know what I'm talking about and people respond to it and improve their work from it.
Mm-hmm. That's what YouTube's all about. Just sounding like you know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean you have to know. But one guy who does know what he's talking about, and he's shown it, Patrick, man, and like we're talking about, is it's a new era, right? 2.0 for American Ninja X. I mean, you can't probably spill the beans yet, but like, you want to just talk about when or where, or like just anything you can give us as far as what the next step is quickly before we let you go tonight.
American Ninja X will be made. We didn't make it this time. We have a 2.0 campaign coming up. But I can say that American Ninja will be made.
Woohoo! Yes, loved it. Loved it right there. And then we gotta follow you on social media. So we gotta, let's see, and let me go to the Instagram here and go to your where do we find you while I look it up?
On the gram, it's Patrick Thomas Parnell Art. And then over on Twitter, it's Patrick Thomas 01. And then
you have a Riot Press Comic and Toys, or is that you want?
Yeah. That's actually the wife manages that
Okay.
site. We're a family business.
Boom. Followed.
Sweet.
There we go. Cool.
Yeah, this is my wife's. She manages this site, and then like I have my own channel, or whatever they're called on Instagram.
Yeah, another account, and I'll grab
there we go.
So people can follow you.
Or just type in Riot Press. You know, you'll find this.
I got you right here.
Boom. Followed that one too.
Thanks.
Perfect. There we go. I think we got you. Patrick Thomas Parnell.
There's me with the you being a wrestling fan. That's the actual New Japan belt that Kenny Omega and Okada had.
Oh, dude. I'm going to New Japan next week in Long Beach.
Oh, that's
Next
awesome.
weekend.
Yeah,
This weekend. Sorry, this weekend. Yeah.
I had a meeting with them during a licensing expo in Vegas, and I pitched them some ideas for some comics, and they were down for it. I just got so busy I wasn't able to kind of like follow up.
Oh, dude, a New Japan comic. I'd be first in line for that. I'm a massive wrestling fan. So,
but like when I was there, Tanahashi was, or not Tanahashi. What's his name? The Ace.
Okada. Oh, yeah, it is Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah, he was there, and it was actually my second time meeting him, so that was actually kind of fun.
Awesome, very cool. And then they can find you on Facebook too. That's the same thing. Riot
Press,
Press.
Patrick Parnell, all that stuff.
Perfect. Yeah, go follow and find him so when he announces American Ninja X, you won't miss it. You said there'll be just to reiterate, there'll be a better price point. It'll still come packed out, and you got great plans for the next thing. So
yeah, I mean, we got lots of stuff in the works. We got the American Ninja X 2.0. We got the second wave of Last of Seekers, and then we have the Titanium Titans.
Can't wait, man, dude.
Comics and toys.
Comics and toys, yeah. And we talked a lot about comics, toys, and video games, and all kind of crazy stuff. I can't say because Baldy has to say it, so I can yell at him. But Spec, this was fun for Bobby, Tony, and Moody. Who else we had almost everybody. Shout out to KJ, Black Genghis. But Patrick, thanks again for hanging out tonight for a very long time. It is extremely late.
Is it? I'm usually up to like 6 a.m, so I'm good.
You're an artist. You're up all night. You're a night owl,
Yeah.
so it kind of works for you. Cool. And you got some late coming people. Yeah, American Ninja. So yeah, American Ninja X will happen, and stay tuned and follow all of Riot Press and Patrick's socials for updates. But man, we got to do this again. This was a blast, dude. Thanks again.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. Well, so that's it, guys. A Toy Kind of Mood. $199 next week is, I hope next week is American Ninja X. Yeah, 2.0. Yeah, here we go. Not next week, but next year. But Toy Kind of Mood episode 200. And we can't wait to celebrate that with you. But in the meantime, we'll catch you in the toil. Peace.